Hello! I told you guys I'm gonna be having a new streaming schedule. My new streaming schedule is I stream on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But hopefully I stream longer on those days, though. Hello! I'm so boring, Emery. I'm so sorry. I have stuff I need to do. Emery, I did that for 2 years. Or no, I did that for like 2 years and a half. On a different app, to be fair, but... How are you liking Maximum Ride, Emery? Because you know my opinions on it. I didn't really like it that much. But how do you like it? I'm also eating dinner right now, so if you hear, like, eating noises, that's what's happening. I like it a lot. I'm glad you enjoy it. Welcome back. I started listening to a new podcast, so I had to make a playlist for it. So we're listening to songs from that playlist. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me move the mic away from my mouth. Oh my god, shooketh. Really? Oh wait, no, that makes sense. Don't you have exams in between that, though? Why are you scared? Band is fun. Alright, my finals are ready. Oh, okay. Then why does the semester... Oh, okay, never mind. I get it. What the F? Guys, it was raining today. And I work outside. And oh my god. I had to get changed halfway through work because my clothes are so wet. It was not okay. I haven't said it whatsoever. Emery. Emery, I think you should do a quick review at least. Keith, does that have a response to me having to change my clothes halfway through the day? To be fair, I only had to change my pants because the raincoat was like pretty stellar. And also my parents got me a thermal shirt for work. So I was wearing the thermal shirt underneath all my other clothes. Man, stellar. So basically I just had to like borrow some pants that just happened to be in the shop. And they don't fit me. They were way too big, but it's okay. I'm gonna do the class before. What? Emery. Guys, it's the New Year song. Free on a Saturday morning, then metal to the floor. And the Nails Avenue, into the engine roar. Well, it wasn't too bad. Like, I'd rather them be too big than too small. Yo! Emery, congratulations! I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Anyway. Yeah, the librarians always really like the people who use the library. My new anthem for this year? Yeah! It's called This Year by the Mountain Goats. It's a pretty old song. I think it came out in 2008. But every single year, it trends on Tumblr. Like, New Year's Day, this song is trending. Guys, singing to this song makes you want to just be good at life, you know? I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I read officially every graphic novel in the school library. Yo! When I was in school, the only ones they had was like the first 5 of One Piece and Tokyo Mew, so that was fun. Second gear. And imagine you're in fear. I'll be racing and dancing in Jerusalem next year. I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Oh, Keith. I've been making a Malevolent playlist. This is on the playlist. But the next song it's gonna play is also on the playlist. And I think you're gonna like it. Like, listen to this song. It's gonna be good. The next one. I think I just finished episode 14. Nothing happened, Emery. We're just listening to the final song while I eat dinner. I walk through the valley of the shadow of the damned, and I feel no evil because I'm blind to it all. Not mind, they have gone and comforts me. 'Cause I know I feel my enemies when they come. Evermore. And walk on the path of the right because I'm wrong. I said I would do that if I read a certain amount of subs. Oh, Bushka. Hello, Chibi. Until the savior of the human race. From destruction and pain, I can help out and name your world from myself. Dude, Nux is up for it. Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know if Nux is up for it. I'm gonna be real. I'll look into it though. Hello, Tom! Okay, there's no more chewy noises, so I'll bring the mic closer back. Dude, we love this song for Arthur Lester. Oh my god. He's just so very good. I walk through the valley of the shadow of the damned, and I'm blind, or no evil, because I'm blind. No, I don't know water to name. It's so my soul. I don't know when I die, my soul is damned. Woo! I don't know what the next song is. Hold on. This is good. This is fine. Hello! Hello, everyone. I said I would dig a hole on a Minecraft, and I wasn't on. I got invited to, so now I'm on. I'm mole. A mole. A mole. A mole. The city library and hope they have it tomorrow for book 9. Oh. They probably do. If they don't, Emery, usually a lot of public libraries, if you if you ask for a book, they will buy it for you. Sorry, I just ate really fast, so I'm gonna be burping now. I'm joking. Oh, the L. I understand. My car is not even that deep enough. And I got schooled today. What's up? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to how my new streaming schedule is going to work, where I stream on... I know, Keith! Oh my god, dude, it was in some other person's playlist, and I was like, I don't really like using fan songs for, playlists that is not that fandom, but, I'll listen to this song because this song is a jam. And I listened to it and I was like, this fits Arthur way better than it does Rambo. That's kind of an L, really. Slice, serve, survive. Yo! Other people may, though. Emery, what did you do? So, yeah, so this is my new streaming schedule, like I said, so I won't be streaming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes I might, and I will do it with, the PNG tuber or whatever, and do maybe some drawing streams and stuff like that. I didn't this week because I was writing this week. But I am going to be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, probably for longer. We'll see, how this goes with Steins Gate. I will try to, I might stream it only for, the 2 hours because it's already late. But we'll see how it goes with Steins Gate, because, okay, so here's the warning. Here's the warning for everyone. So Steins Gate 0. I have not played this game before. I've watched the anime. I think the game is shorter than the first one, but there's a lot more different endings that you can get. But that's not true. There's not a lot of different endings that you can get, but it's, in a convoluted way. So, I'm gonna be following a guide, basically, on how to do this. Also, unlike the first game where I kind of knew when an awkward situation was gonna happen, I don't know this one as well. So we're just gonna have to feel it out, man. You know? We're just gonna have to hope for the best. But Steins Gate 0. If you haven't watched Steins Gate 1, this might be a little bit confusing, because it is a sequel, kind of, but I can give you, the barest of bones of explanation right now for what it is. So Steins Gate 1 is about these group of people who accidentally invented a time machine, and because they accidentally invented a time machine, this corporation that was we're gonna invent the first time machine kind of came after them. And then they used the time machine to go back in time over and over and over again to try to save their one friend. And this one friend kept dying, and they realized that they had to go back to the original timeline, basically. So that's kind of like the gist. But that's none of the character. But it's okay. You'll figure it out pretty quick. So Steins Gate 0, for the people who did watch, in Steins Gate, sorry, but I got to go behind myself and don't dive a little sleep. Good, Tom. Have a good night, Tom. Hopefully, I will be probably streaming, doing earlier streams on Saturday and Sunday, so hopefully I'll see you there. It's me having all lore from, and just sitting here vibrating, waiting for you to catch up. I'm not gonna catch up fast, because I know it's really good. I want to enjoy listening to it for the first time. Which is why I basically only go through like 3 episodes a day. You know? Are you talking about the eye? Yeah, your eye did. Keith's I did actually show on stream, but I can show you yours, Emery. I did get your eye done, actually. There is your eye. It's big, and it watch. There you go. It's very good, very good. So for people who did watch Steins Gate 0 or Steins Gate, the first game. So basically there's 3 different endings you can get at the end. Like at the very, very end. There is the Mayuri ending, and there is like a half Kurisu ending, and then there is a Kurisu ending. The Mayuri ending is basically you're just like, okay, like we sacrifice Kurisu, we live happily ever after with Mayuri. Done. The Kurisu ending, which is a true ending, which is one that we got, is basically you're able to save both Kurisu and Mayuri. This game is in the in-between one, so you so there's a point in time where you can go back in time and try to save Kurisu, and you fail the first time. And this timeline is basically you fail the first time, and then you don't go back. You don't try again. And he just says, F it, I'm done. Like, I'm done with time travel, we're done. We're done now. And that is what this timeline is kind of going after. So Kurisu's dead in this timeline, Mayuri's alive. That's basically it. Okay, Steins Gate 0, play. Whoops, that is the launcher. We don't want the launcher. Start the game. Why do you actually look pissed when you say, that's it, I'm done with time travel, we're done? Because he was pissed. What do you mean? Okay, maybe this actually will work with the game capture this time. Oh? Oh my god, it does. That's so excellent. That's so cool and epic. There's no sound for me either, if you guys were wondering. This is a sick... Oh. Now, I think we were supposed to watch that intro bit. Guys, I think we were supposed to watch that intro bit. Hold on a second. Hold on, I think we were supposed to watch that intro bit. Hi, Uma. Hold on. Hold on, guys. This is a work of fiction with no relation to real persons, place, or groups. That's so cool. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna click anything this time. We're gonna watch the intro bit. Also, it's gonna be loud because I haven't had a... Okay. This is a selection of Steins Gate. Okay. Okay. There is no end. There is a start in... Okay. I don't think I'm supposed to read this, actually. There's this... Boop, 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 boop. Oh my god, we're in the dark timeline, guys. We love the dark timeline. Look at that nerd. Okay, okay, Kurisu's here. Look at this sad man. Look at this sad man. Okay, the intro bit was kind of, like, nothing. It's so effing loud. Hold on. We're gonna do some configuring.
Skip release a trigger. What? Full screen, please. Wait, no, don't full screen. Window. Okay. But this one. What? I hate that. We have no sound? I know. It's really loud for me. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, you guys can hear it now. There you go. It's so loud! Probably make the voices, like, pretty... That's fine. Text. Message speed. Should be okay. I need this to be full screen without it. Okay. My screen is a weird resolution and it's having trouble. We fixed it, guys. Hold on a second. Okay. You guys actually redeem a knitting break? What the F? Okay, fine. Fine then. We get this cool music in the background while I do a knitting break. Eh. How much time is that one? Five minutes, okay. Anyways. I'm making a towel. So I have a towel. It's really loud. Jeez, it's still really loud on yours as well. Hold on. Okay. We're good now. Didn't want to redeem the long one because it's soon a bit. I don't want... No, it's all good. It's all good. No, it's fine. It's a little bit funny though. It's just sometimes Chatterino just like doesn't show me redemptions. Like the chat on the side here does, but not the chat redemption stuff. Wait, hold on. So did Ninja or Emery. Like, actually though, like we told Ninja, it's like, yeah, Cube is not like his actual name, and then like guys, I am so sorry for like the people who watch me play the first game, because I feel like this one is like, it's definitely the dark timeline, and it's like not as silly, goofy fun. I genuinely think it's also a shorter game. Yeah. but we're about to find out. But we're doing all the endings. I found a little helpful tutorial thing. We're doing all the endings like we did on the other one. But I had to look up the tutorial because I wasn't sure where the endings would be, and they are actually more they are like, it's more convoluted to get the things, like the different endings. Do 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 do. This game was not made in 2009, was it? No, that's not right. I'm gonna study for my final in the class before my like the programmer I am. Oh boy, Emery, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. But I mean, like, if you want to, I guess. Okay. 1 more minute. I think if it was, let me check. No. 2018 is when it was translated to English, but I think the game was made in 2015. But, like, it's just at the bottom here, it says, Keith, I was in that call with you when we were talking about that. That's why I was confused when I looked at it. And on the thing here, it said, 2009 images, but I think it's just the image itself. It was made in 2009. Or the franchise was, which would make sense, because I think Steins Gate was the first game they made. Might not be. I am not sure. Okay, it has been 5 minutes. Alright, we play Steins Gate now. Here we go. Steins Gate time. I had no electives. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Okay, so hopefully the volume's good now. Change the volume. We're gonna play a new game. Oh shit, I need to get my helpful tips list out. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So basically how this works is you have to do different routes in a certain order. So the first thing you have to do is on December 15th, you'll be given the option to turn off your phone. As soon as you reach this point, press save. So that's our first goal, is when it tells us to turn off our phone, we have to save. That's goal 1. Alright, here we go. New game. Do I remember how to play Steins Gate? Who knows? Hopefully the controls are the same. Oh, guys, it's doing the recap. Here, guys, recap. She effing died. Oh yeah, disturbing imagery. Hope you guys read the title. Okay, we're on July 21st. Because I actually missed doing this on the start again. Okay. Oh wow, they like changed the UI and everything. Nice. Okay, the hatch opened. Bright light flooded my eyes. Where was I? My eyes narrowed. It looks so much prettier. I could barely make out the summer's twilight sky. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to disappear. But someone grabbed my arm and dragged me out. Oh my god. Whoa, he's back already. It hasn't even been a minute, has it? Ocarine. I didn't have the energy to respond to my own nickname. I fell to the ground and wrapped my arms around myself. Ocarine! Mayuri ran to me and looked down, her face worried. but her kindness felt like nothing but a nuisance. Don't talk to me. Just leave me alone. Wait, you're covered in blood. What happened? Dad, give me a towel and water. Oh, and clothes, now. Huh? Can someone please tell me what's going on? Just do it, now. Oh, okay. Dara ran to the door that led back inside the building. Ocarine, are you okay? Hang in there. Don't die, please. It's fine. He's not hurt. Stop it. This really do be the dark timeline. Wow. Just get away from me. Leave me alone. I couldn't save her. In fact, I killed her myself. Right here, 3 weeks ago. I killed her. I'm a murderer. It didn't work. No matter what we do, it's not going to work. It's all been decided already. It's the same as it was with Mayuri. No matter how hard I try, it all ends up the same. Hello, Hoopster! Don't worry, we're right at the beginning. You missed nothing. No matter how many times I try, it will all converge back to the same result. The process doesn't matter. Whether you time travel or time leap, you can't go back and change the result of the past. I thought I understood that cruel truth. But now, I was forced to realize it again, and in the worst possible way. It's useless. Useless. It's all useless. I knew it. I can't save Kurisu. I knew this. I knew this. I already knew this would happen. I'm so tired. I haven't rested in so long. I'm done. Came back to Fort L. Oh. 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 Ocarine. What happened? I killed her. I killed her. I'm an idiot. It's all my fault. He killed Kurisu Makise. Killed? That can't be true. It can't. Don't worry, you've got enough for one more attempt. Just leave me alone. No matter how many times I try, it'll all end up the same. What are you saying? Are you going to give up? Billions of lives depend on you, Uncle Ocarine. Who cares if you failed once? There's just no way to save Kurisu. You can't stop the worldwide convergence. What's happening? At least I'm gonna get my steps in. What? That's the reality of this world. I learned that a long time ago. I'll just have to slap some sense into him. You can't! It's not right to force him to do this. So, if you do the true ending, Mayuri does slap you and you go back. So, fun fact. I can't bear to see Ocarine like this. If he doesn't, the future won't change. Why? Why does Ocarine have to change the future all by himself? That's too much for him to bear. Because only Uncle Ocarine has the power of an observer of the world. Ocarine didn't want that. And I think even if he tried, he'll just get hurt again. It's impossible for one person to change the world all by themselves. And that's why Steins Gate is... I know how you feel, but I'm here for the sake of the future. I can't go back to 2036 either way, so I'm not going to give up so easily. Ocarine is the world observer, not clickbait? Real. Uncle Ocarine, I'll tell you one thing. This time machine has an finite amount of fuel. At first, I told you that it could only be used to go there and back twice, but there's actually a little more fuel than that. Even so, it can only travel about 344 days. Even if you do a one-way trip, less than a year from now, you won't be able to reach July 28th. Remember this. When that day comes, I'll go by myself if I must. Have fun, Emery. Someone was saying something to me, but I couldn't understand the words. I didn't want to listen to anything. I just wanted to sleep. Just let this all end. Just let me go. Ocarine? Ocarine? Hey, Ocarine? You don't have to push yourself so hard anymore, okay? It's okay to cry, Ocarine. Mayushi is here for you, okay, Ocarine? I don't know if Mayuri's words were the reason why, but the tears started to flow. I decided to forget everything. Ever since that day, I stopped going to the Future Gadget Lab. He stopped going to the lab! Ah! I will cry real tears. Alright, absolute 0. Open the gate. Achievement unlocked. This is so very cool for me. Wow. We're in November 23rd. That's so cool that this music is starting to play now. There we go. What the F, he stopped? I know! Man has chosen nope. Real. Like, he really, like, he was just like, alright guys, I'm normal! Let's go! So, Hoopster, have you watched the Steins Gate Zero anime? And by extension, Keith, have you watched the Steins Gate Zero anime? I need to know. I want to know how much you guys know. Because my guess is nothing. Which would be just so cool for you guys. 0? Nope. Okay, excellent. Hold on. We're getting the fidget ring. I need the fidget ring. Okay. I'm completely new. Oh, excellent. Oh, this is going to be so much fun, guys. Excellent. UPX, the new symbol of Akihabara, was located right in front of the station. In the hall on the 4th floor, preparations have been going on all morning for the ATF Akihabara Techno Forum convention. The eyes have it on the ring. I have a ring that has eyes on it. But I need, if I'm gonna be reading, I need, you know? Universities and labs from both inside and outside the country would work together to put on special seminars and synopsis at irregular intervals. My school, Tokyo Denki University, oh my god, he's in university now, was participating as part of its industry collaboration efforts. Students were required to attend these seminars and submit reports to their instructors. Otherwise, they wouldn't get credit for their related classes. In addition, I was supposed to help one of the lectures. Associate Professor Izaki. Izaki? I was sent him to get the Steins Gate package when it was on sale. I mean, it's like... It's a pretty good deal. There's a game that's on my wish list. I don't think I bought it yet. That's called Steins Gate Elite. And it's the first Steins Gate, but it has, like, the animation from the anime. So whenever I decide to play Steins Gate again on stream, that's the one I'm gonna play. I should get a ring like that. This was a gift, so. I had just gotten a list from the reception desk at the shared lobby. I was waiting to check off the names of students who were coming to the lecture. How was your side quest? This is a side quest? Why is this a side quest? There was still some time before the seminar started, so the lobby was mostly empty. None of the students on the list were here yet. I was bored, but I couldn't do anything but wait. The old me never could have imagined doing anything like this, but impressing Izaki was part of my new goal in life. Victor Kodria University. Yes, that was my new goal. His new goal is to get into a good university. Oh, he's so normal. Izaki did a lot of joint research projects with them and knew a lot of people there. The best first step to getting there my brain could come up with was being his assistant. Also, this convention was holding another seminar by Victor Kodria University after the one held this summer. Of course, it interests me too. Because he's so normal. Summer. Oh, he still has PTSD. That's so cool for him. An image of her as she was then flashed through my mind. I was trying to get to Victor Kodria so that I could learn about the work that Kurisu Makise had been doing. I wanted to try to do it myself. He wants to go to the same university that she worked at. Of course, I wasn't a genius like Kurisu. I know there was no way I'd ever be able to do exactly what she did. But if I could do even 10% of it. Honestly, I'm amazed that I've recovered so well. Yeah, recovered. I thought to myself and chuckled, just as a voice called to me from across the lobby. Okay, guys, so there is going to be a character in this that the whole concept of this character is like a little bit cringe, and you guys will see what I mean in like 3 seconds. Excuse me. It's not as bad as it could have been. They actually make it worse in the anime. Anyway, I looked up and saw a young girl approaching from the elevator hall. She was short and petite. Everything about her was small. I could kind of make out a few of that don't... yup. That's so cool for you. Maybe middle school? For someone with such a cute face, she clearly didn't care about her appearance. Her hair was styled and it flowed down her back. Wasn't styled. Even I could tell her clothes weren't very fashionable. Says you. Excuse me, where's the staff room? This is the ATF seminar? She looks like a Danganronpa fan. Clearly not a place where a middle school girl belonged. She probably just came to the wrong place. I know that. How many times am I going to have to say this? This is the first time you said it to me. And you're the 4th person I've said it to since I got here. Irritated, she pulled a card out of her jacket. It was one of the IDs given out to invited guests. Her name and the name of her workplace were written on the front. Huh? Oh my god. Oh my god. She goes to the university. Oh my god. She's a brain scientist. Oh my god. Huh? Victor Kodria University, USA, Brain Scientist Institute. Chondria. Chondria? I just said that, my dude. I looked at the card and then at her, then back at the card. Then I looked at her again. I finally realized. Oh, so that's it. Where did you find this card? Thanks for bringing it back. I've done that 3 times already, too. She's so upset. She sighed and showed me another card. This one was a photo ID from Victor Kodria University. Huh? What? It was the same ID I'd seen Kurisu hold before on another world line. The photo on the card, yeah, that was definitely her. Maho Hiyajo. Hiyajo. That's my name, Miho Hiyajo. I'd say it to you now because nobody's ever been able to read it right, not in Japanese or English. Well, L to everyone, because I just did. And you're from Victor Kodria University. Middle school? Stop messing around. Universities don't have middle schools. That's true. Then you skipped a bunch of grades? Unlike in Japan, it wasn't uncommon for Americans to skip grades. Kurisu had made it to university at age 17. I was in university at age 17. I didn't skip any grades. I think someone just can't math. But still, a girl this young working in a university lab? Can I ask you something? The music keeps going on and off because it's glitched a little bit. Sure. You're feeling pretty shocked right now, right? Let me guess. A small child like this? I can't believe it, right? Or are you one of the "she must be amazing to be able to do that at her age" types? Huh? She got me. Look here, closely. The girl, Maho Hiyajo, pointed at the card of the ID with her slender fingers. Guys, I think she might be older than middle school. Keeping in mind that this is 2010. I think she might be, anyway. She was born in 1989, and it was 2010, so... You're 21 years old? In other words, I'm an adult woman. I'm not in middle school, and of course not in elementary school or daycare either. And then she puffs out her chest. Anyway. See, out of all the creative decisions they made in this game, why they had to make this, like, one of, like, defining traits of this girl is that she just looks like a child. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. And he's about to say the words legal lolly. I'm betting it right now. Hold on. What's that look supposed to mean? Oh, no, sorry, I apologize. I couldn't believe it. She was older than me. If Dara was here, he'd be dancing around screaming, "Yeah, I was right!" Woo! Anyway. To be fair, okay, now to be fair. What are you playing? I'm playing Steins Gate Zero, Mushroom. It is a visual novel. It's a second one in the series. So, I'm gonna skip this part, actually, while I explain what's going on. Anyways, so I'm gonna say, though, if you look at this art, she actually doesn't look that young. I'm gonna be real. Like, if you're looking at this art right now, she actually doesn't look that young. She looks way younger in the anime. Like, in the anime, she actually does look like a middle schooler. But, like, the art in here, like, she doesn't really. You know what I mean? Oh, gotcha, I'm just not gonna understand nothing. To be fair, we are at the beginning of the game, Mushroom. It's just that you won't get the backstory from the first game. But we're at the beginning of this one. So, like, the main character, he's at a university lecture. He's talking to a person who's a staff. You know? I hope you vibe anyways, Mushroom. There's still some funny bits, even if you don't understand what's going on. Anyways. It doesn't matter, I guess. I get the same thing all around the world, no matter where I go. The art looks so much better in this game. Yeah, I'm sure. Did you say something? No, I didn't. So the Brain Science Institute? That's where Kurisu worked. Which means this person might know a lot about Kurisu. I held back the impulse to start berating her with questions. I looked at the pamphlet with the seminar schedules. Victor Cardio's lecture was the last one for the day, and was clearly intended to be the biggest. Was this Maho Hyajo girl going to give a lecture? Will do, waiting for my friends not to be busy with their IRL friends because I don't have any of those. Fair. Just like Kurisu had done at the summer convention. No, wait, that's wrong. That never happened. Kurisu Makise never gave any lectures over the summer. That happened in the Alpha World line. There is like a 6-year difference. Between what and what? Between what and what? The two games. Oh, yeah. Like, the first game was made in 2010, and the second game was made in 2015. Yeah. Or 2009 or something. Yeah, there was a 6-year difference between the two games coming out. They made a whole anime before the second game came out. And it wasn't, and neither of the games were translated into English until, like, 2018. Bro, I know. In the World Line Habit now, before the summer convention, she had already... Well, this is kind of awkward, because in this timeline, you did canonically kill her. You killed her. You murdered her. Anyway, are you giving the lecture today? No, I'm here as an assistant, and a translator, too. I looked at the pamphlet again, and saw that the lecturer was a man named Alexis Lakinson, professor at Victor Conyer University, and the chief researcher of the Brain Science Institute. No time killed her with my hand. But he stabbed her. The topic is the artificial intelligence revolution. Oh, we're going through one of those. Huh. Yeah, sounds interesting. If you got the time, I'd love for you to come listen. I will. Oh, the staff room, right? I led Maho over to the elevator hall and showed her where the staff room was. Thanks. I had no reason to hang around her any further. I said goodbye and was just about to turn around. He's talking like a normal person, guys. He's just a normal guy. He's just some guy. Do you understand my pain? He's just some guy. He was like, he's being polite and stuff. He was just like, oh my god, right this way. This is how you get to the staff room. He's just some guy. Just then, the elevator opened. A woman emerges. The instant I saw her face, every hair on my body stood on end. Fear. And also, they like zoomed out the art so that you can see their bodies more, right? Which is fine. And they changed the art a little bit. So like, I know that's Moika, but she looks so different. Moika. Curie, yep, Moika. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. Calm down. This is the Beta World line. Mayuri is alive. Moika's not going to kill her. Our eyes meet. The eyes on the other side of her glasses were as dead as ever, and it was impossible to tell what she was thinking. I frantically avert my gaze before she realized something was wrong. Can we stab her? Unfortunately, no. She tilts her head for a second, but quickly loses interest in me and turns towards Maho. He still has the relapses. No, for real. Like, he, like, literally, he was just like, I recovered so quickly. And he still has, like, PTSD flashbacks. What is happening? Guys, the, like, upgrade in art is freaking me out, because they have so many new, like, we're seeing the back of their heads right now. That's weird. I don't like that. That's not supposed to exist. You're with the magazine, right? I'm here about that interview. Even in this world line, Moika still only spoke in fake whispers. Dr. Lesky isn't here yet. It may be a minute. Okay. If you want, I can go over the system until he gets here. Thank you. They had back of their heads. What is this? A sorcery? I know! The two of them disappeared into the staff room. As I watched them leave, I took a deep breath. I tried to calm down, but it wasn't working. I recovered so quickly. Yeah, right. Moika, is it gonna be you again? It was a terrible feeling, like a cold finger tracing the wounds in my heart. That night, when the terrorist threat shut down all the trains in Akihabara. That awful night, when I just knew something was gonna happen. Are you gonna do it again here? Or was I just imagining things? Was he just a magazine reporter now, instead of a CERN rounder? I don't know why the backs of their head aren't supposed to exist. Was so funny to me. They aren't! No. Even if Moika was a rounder, we had nothing to do with CERN anymore. CERN wouldn't be watching us. That's so cool for you. I'm fine. This is okay. I'm fine. Took another deep breath. Grabbed some of the He has anxiety meds now. He's just so normal. What the F? What do you mean? This man goes to therapy. This man goes to therapy now. I recovered so fast. Bro, I don't think that's how anxiety meds work. Like, I don't know, because I've never had anxiety meds. But, like, it's like a thing where you, like, take them at a certain time each day, right? And then it, like, makes it so that you're not anxious. It's not like when you feel anxious, you take the pill. It's not like it's not like a painkiller. Like, right? Like, I feel like that's correct. Anyways, he can do whatever the F he wants, I guess. I took another deep breath, grabbed some of the anxiety meds in my pocket, and swallowed them down with some mineral water I brought ahead of time. That's so cool for you. It would take 15 minutes for them to kick in. Those 15 minutes were always pretty tough. So they are like painkillers? I don't think that's right. I think I'm being misinformed right now. Anyway. I laughed at myself a little and sat down on one of the reception desk's chairs. What is that noise? I need that noise to not exist. What? It skipped. What is this? Guys, he has an iPhone now. Guys, it's no longer a flip phone. Guys, it's no longer a flip phone. What happened? Oh, Green, are things going okay with Mr. Seminar? Guys, this is what my phone does now. Guys, this is actually what my phone does now. It depends on the medication you're on, I think. Okay, thank you, Mushroom. Guys, this is like... It's such a nice phone. It is a nice phone. To be fair, their style of phone's very good. But, like, okay, so my phone does this now. Where when people text me, like, text, not, like, anything. Like, not, like... Anyways, when people text me, it gives me, like, automated responses. Like, it gives me responses based on what the text message is. Like, my phone does that. So, like, if, like, I don't know. Like, it reads a text message and assumes what I want to say. Like, even with, like, emojis and stuff. Android is built different, to be fair. Okay, what do I say? I think this one would be a little funny. I have a Galaxy S22, which is an Android phone. Sure, why not? Guys, I got an achievement for that. I got an achievement. Huh? Did something happen? We're having, like, a conversation right now. We're having a real, like, we're actually having, like, a real conversation. What is happening? I hate these phones. I almost ran into someone I really rather avoid. You okay? If you're having a hard time, I think it'd be okay for you to leave halfway through. I can't do that. I'm alright for now, thanks. They have emojis. They have emojis of themselves. Guys, that is actual, like, real-life friend goals, is that you get a group of friends, and then you all make emojis of each other, and then you use said emojis. Because that's actually, that would be baller. You know what I mean? That's so cool. I love that happened. Can I get out of here? How do I put you away? Okay. See, as someone who has watched the anime, I knew that they had emojis of each other, but I thought that was I thought that was an anime thing. And I thought it was quite funny that they just have all these emojis of each other. Anyway, the table was full of leaflets, pamphlets, and other things for the attendees. My eyes wandered to one of the pamphlets. I, like, totally lost, like, the trail. Apple does do that. Yeah, but they're ugly. I know what they look like. They don't look like that. They don't look like nice little PNGs. They look bad. And then how they have it in the anime, at least, is that, like, each of them have, like, a different thing. Like, there's not, like, a full set of emojis for each character. It's, like, Ocarina's one is the one that has, like, all the, like, ha-ha-ha and, like, happy things. And, like, you know what I mean? Anyway. Nakabayashi's theory and the genealogy of pseudo-silence. Nakabayashi, we know that guy. This pamphlet was for Professor Izaki's seminar. Nakabayashi theory. The paper he had announced in Russia. The paper held the key to creating a real time machine. On that day, July 28th, Nakabayashi had stolen the paper from Kurisu, his own daughter, and left with it. I knew that. Only Nakabayashi and I knew that. That's so cool for you. I flipped through the pamphlet. It was a brief introduction to the many forms of pseudoscience and fake scientific discoveries that had emerged since the start of the 20th century. On its own, it did make for an interesting read. Wait, if he's here, who? Who is he in this scenario? And at the end of the pamphlet, Nakabayashi theory was introduced as nothing more than another entry in that long list of fakes. So Dr. Nakabayashi's time machine theory had been completely ignored by the academic world. Yeah, Nakabayashi is, like, alive. He's not at this, conference, though. He's in Russia. All the glory, fame, and power he wanted so badly that he was willing to get rid of his own daughter, he didn't get any of it. And I'd heard rumors that after the announcement, he'd been imprisoned in a Russian lab. To make it even funnier, he thought he was getting VIP treatment. For a short time, there were essays and interviews in bogus academic journals. Even there, it was obvious it had all gone to his head. The ironic thing was that Nakabayashi theory was completely correct and completely revolutionary. The Russian government was worried about it leaking, and the SVR was doing everything it could to keep it under wraps. But under the surface, there was a full-scale information war beginning over the paper. The time traveler from 2036, John Teeter, had told me so, which meant it had to be true. Was World War III really going to happen? So he knows that he is actually getting the VIP treatment in Russia right now, basically, like, inventing a time machine. But the rest of the world thinks it's, like, a hoax. There was no point in thinking about it. Just a little more before the drugs kick in. That's so cool for you. I'm just so happy for you. Ocarine, just so cool. But yes, Ocarine does know that Suzuha is John Teeter. That's why he believes him. Yeah, because this Ocarine is our Ocarine. Like, this Ocarine is the one that went through that entire first game. He is our Ocarine. He didn't do that last travel back in time to save Kurisu. He stopped right before. Like, he is our Ocarine. I close my eyes. He knows everything. Everyone around him is people who don't. Yeah. Several hours later, yeah, I blink, and also several hours pass, too. Real. The convention was going well. After Professor Izaki's seminar, most of the students from my university went home, but I killed some time and came back. I wanted to hear Victor Condria's lecture. I headed to the hall with plenty of time to spare, and saw Maho Hiajo coming from the staff room. Oh my god, guys, it's an American. She was with a very tall foreigner. Was that Alexis Langskin? Didn't seem like an American name, but maybe he was an immigrant like Kurisu, or at least descendant from one. This man has blonde hair and green eyes. And you looked at him and was like, your name's Alexis. You must not actually be American. What? Like, I get Langskin is probably not an American name, but, like, I just can't imagine looking at, like, this guy and being like, that's not an American. Like, anyways. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but it looks on their faces were so serious that I couldn't help but listen. I was making sure I had the right information, especially on the bus. Wait, what's on the bus? I lost the train. Since they were both speaking in English, I could barely make out any of it, but I could tell from their voices that it wasn't a pleasant chat. Wait, did I just hear the word Makise? I hated the fact that I couldn't speak English. I can. Let me listen. If I'd known this was going to happen, I would have gone to an English school. Don't you want to get into an English university in America? Maybe you should learn English. Maybe that might be, like, beneficial for you. Like, I feel like it'd be hard, right? If you didn't. Anyway. Beth's comment was about blinking and several hours passing. Understandable. The two of them walked into the waiting room for lectures. It was located right next to the UPX theater. I put together the few fragments I was able to understand. Fire at Kurisu's house. Miss Makise is alright. Robbery. The police called off the investigation. Why was the FBI there? It doesn't make sense. That sounds suspicious. I think that's what they were saying. This man is casual but not smart enough to learn English. Okay, but like his whole goal is to go to this American university, right? And and obviously that wasn't his goal before. That's his goal like this year, right? But you would think that like he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go to this American university, and I want to follow in the footsteps of Kurisu. That maybe he would be like, you know what? Maybe I should take like an English class. Kurisu's house. Did they mean where she lived in America? Her mother should still live in America. Is that where the fire was? And then the words like robbery and the investigation was called off. I really wanted to know more. I stood there and worried until it was time for the lecture to begin. With nothing else to do, I went inside the theater. Guys, you know that meme where it's just like the meme where like God like took a monkey and made it into a human, and then this is like you messed up a perfectly good monkey is what you did. Look at it, it has anxiety. That's how I feel like with Ocarina right now. You messed up a perfectly good character is what you did. Look, he has anxiety. Anyway, I could tell earlier by looking at the size of the crowd going inside, but it was a very high energy crowd. The atmosphere was clearly different from Miyazaki's seminar, which was mostly students there for credit. Oh my god, there's an ad. Anyways, more about, you know, Ocarina being Ocarina Ritaro and not Hoenn Kyoma. Guys, how, like, boring do you have to be? Okay, so, like, hear me out, right? You, like, yes, you went through an extremely traumatic event, right? Like, this whole, like, you had an extremely, yeah, I get it. But, like, also, like, you have this whole persona, right? Of you being a mad scientist, and every single one of your friends is, like, totally chill with it, and you have, like, a lab and everything like that. And then you're, like, when you turn, like, 19, you're like, no, I think I should actually stop being childish. It's like, where did the confidence go? The confidence is gone. All the swag disappeared. Like... And then, like, I don't know, man. I like living in my fantasy world, actually. The place was nearly full of a crowd of scientists and people who wanted to learn about cutting-edge technology. Victor Konrad's research had published a slate of papers in Science recently and had gotten a lot of media attention. Maybe that was why. His scientist swag? Where? Not here. Exactly. He wants to be a real scientist, like a nerd. Were there any empty seats? I found a single open seat at the edge. I found a single empty seat at the edge. What? It just repeated what it said. What the F? That's a weird translation. But when I looked at who was sitting next to it... Oh my god, it's effing Moeka. Okay, but like the confidence was traumatized out of him. I hate that for him. Gonna love it when Twitch crashes. I hate mobile. No! Mushroom! I'm so sorry. Welcome back. Effing Moeka. You again? Moeka Curie was there, but she was speaking to no one. Just typing endlessly into her phone. I once named her Shining Finger because of her incredible typing speed, and she was as fast as ever. But who was she talking to? I didn't even want to imagine. I don't know, man. Probably that FB guy, you know? Who else would it be? I quickly turned away and looked for another seat. Darla Lenskin reached the podium almost the exact instant I sat down. Oh my god. Guys, let's appreciate how many different splash screens there are in this game already. 10 out of 10. The art, if anything else, the art, woo! You know? There was a huge wave of applause. But when they saw the tiny little girl come up next to him, the applause faded into confused murmurs. Maho must have expected this. Her expression didn't change in the slightest as she stood next to the professor. In fact, when she took the microphone from the professor and looked around the theater, she looked like she belonged there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You just spoke in English. Guys, we understand the voice. Oh my god, guys. He just spoke in English. I don't have to read. He's reading it for me. Oh my god, there's English. No, but they don't need FB on this world line. No, they do. FB still exists on this world line. They're just not after them. CERN still exists on this world line. CERN is still very much in the running for the time machine. They just don't win it in this timeline. Yeah, no, like, FB still exists. Moika is still a CERN rounder. Like, yeah. They're just not after, like, Okabe, because on this world line, he didn't invent a time machine. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god. First, Dr. Lightskin began to speak in English. Yes, continue though. When he made eye contact with Maho, she began to interpret. Oh, F. Oh god dang it, I have to read it again. Everyone, thank you for coming to my seminar. Guys, they definitely did not get an English person to voice act the American, and that's really funny to me. Anyway. My name is Alexis Lenskin, and I'm with Victor-Condria University Brain Science Institute. My specialty is brain single processing systems and artificial intelligence theory. No, not only do they teach us the English, there is English! It's just not an American doing it. Like, listen. Oh, wait. Maho's actually speaking about herself. And I am his assistant, Maho Hiyajo. And I'm also a researcher at the Institute, working under the professor. I'm glad to meet you all. The audience starts murmuring again. That was the same way I responded when I met her. Well, that will happen, yeah. Anyway, I'd like to get right into it by introducing some of the cutting-edge research we're doing. The topic we're discussing today is the artificial intelligence revolution, but I think the system we're going to demonstrate today goes beyond anything you've ever imagined. Dr. Ledskin stood in front of the laptop that had been placed on the podium and started to type. Guys, we love banana product. This computer is linked to one of the supercomputers in our lab. Oh, don't turn on the projector just yet. One of the staffers was about to display the lap split screen on the front projector. Some kind of important program must be booting up, because Maho Yajo stopped them. Yajo. Sorry, this stuff isn't complete yet. The screen's filled with programs that aren't very pretty to look at. I'd rather let you see me getting naked than let you see these lousy programs. That's quite funny, actually. If there are any engineers in the audience today, you know what I'm talking about, right? They're making coding jokes. Some of the audience got the professor's joke and laugh. Guys, I went to a game dev one time. And programmers such as me, I feel this. Okay, guys, I went to a game dev one time. So basically, a game jam one time. I went to a game jam one time as an artist. I'm not a programmer. And there was like a recruiter guy there. So like, it was a really, really short game jam. It was only 8 hours. And so you basically had to make like the first level of the game in 8 hours. That was basically the whole thing. And I was an artist. I didn't do very much. I just kind of hung out and I talked to people about their ideas, basically. Because I couldn't program. So basically, I just talked to people about their ideas and, like, kind of, like, I was a rubber duck. Anyways, but this, like, recruiter guy came in after we were all done. And I remember distinctly this guy going up to this person and he was showing him the game. He's like, yeah, this is the game. This is, like, it's very simplistic, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, can you show me the source code for your game? Can you show me? And the guy was like, no, I don't want to do that. And the guy was like, but I would like to see it, though. And he's like, I don't want to show you that, actually. And the guy's like, but can I see it, though? And so he did. And he's just like, yeah, so I wasn't expecting anyone to see this except for myself. That's why it looks like this. And the professor was like, I know. That's why I wanted to see it. And I was like, L? Anyway. While it's booting up, I'll go over the basic idea of the system. Anyway. There was another projector in the center of the stage. A diagram appeared on its screen. And at the top of the diagram was a Japanese translation for the general audience. I'm so glad that I can read Japanese. That's so cool. It is literally how my professors are. What the F? It wasn't even a professor. It was a recruiter. Like, this guy was from a game company that, like, worked, like, in the city. And he was, like, literally, he was literally there looking for people that he could maybe hire to work at his, like, his thing. Like, the game jam was at a university, and I don't know how I got into this club. It was a club. Like, it was a club that did game jams. I don't know how I got there, because I told them that I didn't program, and I was like, yeah, but I want to do art. And they were like, okay, well, we don't have any artists, so, like, you can just be there. And I was like, okay, I have a shirt and everything that says, like, the university that I went to, game club. And it was like, I have it. Labeling your code is literally a huge thing. I know. Guys, I might not know how to program, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really weird. Like, the information that I have about coding is just so very, like, not what you would expect me to know. I don't know how to code, but if I look at a code, depending on what programming language it's in, I can tell you what it does. I wouldn't know how to write it, but I can tell you what it does. And then I know, like, that you can put notes in your code and what that looks like. But I don't know how to write code. Anyway, an analysis of the neural, yes, dyslexia. An analysis of the neural pulse signals related to memories stored in the temporal lobe. Oh my god. Okay, Hoopster. I'm gonna be really real. Spelling it like that does not help me. Dyslexia literally means I can't sound things out. So you putting it in the... It doesn't help. I'm so sorry. I'll just figure it out. I figured it out by context. I knew that title well. In fact, I was sure I could never forget it. It was the title of an essay written by a 17-year-old genius and published in Science. She had completely analyzed the nerve impulse patterns that govern human memory and used that to digitize the memories themselves into data. And she had used that to invent the time leap machine right in front of my eyes. Though none of that had actually happened anymore. No, she's not back, she's dead. But she used to be at this university. She is dead, though. This paper appeared in Science, so I'm sure some of you have seen it before. This theory was proposed and finalized by a brilliant Japanese member of our team. Human memories are stored in the cerebral cortex, particularly the temporal lobe. There's a lot like flash memory. The part of the brain that reads and writes this flash memory is called the hippocampal gyrus. Yup. Dr. Lightskin pointed to the diagram of the brain and hippocampus on the screen. Eyes. Nose. Brain. Brain. The brain functions by sending electrical signals between cells called neurons. Oh my god, guys, we're learning. We're learning right now. We're learning science. Memories are actually just the transmission of these electrical signals, and it's the hippocampal gyrus that controls them. Brain. Guys, my brain is learning about itself. It's learning how it functions. In other words, memories are created by passing electrical signals in and out of the hippocampal gyrus. Yup. I pronounce that differently every single time it pops up on screen. Brain go brrr. It learned about itself. The brain named itself. So Kurisu Makise, the Japanese scientist who wrote this paper, Miss Makise came up with an idea. Electrical signals, signal patterns, the cerebral cortex. Maho started to have trouble with her interpreting. She was getting confused. No matter how good you were with languages, interpreting for a long period of time had to be difficult. I once read an article on the internet that said even a professional can't do it for more than 20 minutes. International conferences and live broadcasts from overseas were actually handled by a team of people switching off. Or maybe... Was she having trouble because Kurisu's name came up? Dr. Lightskin saw she was having trouble and cut himself off. I'm sorry, Miss Makise focused on the pattern of the electrical signals going in and out of the hippocampal gyrus. Yeah, because they're on the same team! Kurisu worked with them! By analyzing the pattern, she was able to get complete data on which memory in the central cerebral cortex is corresponded to. Science. This created the basic theory that lets us take the vague, analog thing we call memories and turn it into a digital combination of electrical signals. I don't think memories are technically analog. Anyway. The result was her paper, which appeared in Science. And right now, our team is using that theory to create a system to turn a person's memory into digital data. A wave of whispers sweeps across the theater. Which means we can store and access a human's memories on a computer. The whispers turn into a low roar. I see. So even after her death, Kurisu's research was being carried on. Of course. Maybe it was a natural that it would be. That was the basic theory for time leaping, which I had proved myself, even if I could never prove it to anyone else, in the Apple World line. In love with the fact that he still has figured out how consciousness works. Oh, in love with the fact that we still haven't figured out how consciousness works. Yes. We don't know what the consciousness is. We know kind of how it works. We just don't know where it is. We don't know where it's stored in the brain. Because, like, people can have parts of their brain destroyed and still have a conscious, but we don't know where it's stored. My brain had been turned into data and stored on a computer. There is no doubt about it. And what Dr. Lenskin was talking about right now was the basic technology required for that process. There are two major projects we're working on right now. One uses the system for medical applications. The slide on the projector changed. It most certainly did. This project is a joint effort with the psychosol. Oh my god. Hold on, okay. Alright, guys, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out with context. This is definitely a word that I've heard before. Psychosociology. I love big words that I don't know how to pronounce. Psycho. It's definitely psycho. Psychology. Yes. Guys, we're looking up what that word means because I just simply don't know. Hold on. Like, I can take, like, a gander at to what that means, but what does it mean? It's a study of the relationship between psychological signals recorded from the body and the brain to mental processes and disorders. These biological signals may be generated by activity of organs in the body or by muscle activity. What the F? What does that even mean? Okay, so what I'm getting, it's like how the brain controls your organs without you thinking about it. Yes. Nice. Anyway. The idea is to use the hippocampal gyrus to put the memories stored on a computer back into the brain. Incredible. That's so based of you, man. Someone who looked like a grad student in the front row shouted. Dr. Lenskin didn't seem particularly put off by the interruption. Maho continued her interpretation. Incredible, huh? I can understand how you feel. I would feel the same way in your position. There's something in my teeth. I think we got it. Okay, we got it. But we feel this research is making real progress. How wonderful would it be if we could make this work? One example would be memory problems caused by aging or Alzheimer's. This would be a form of symptomatic therapy. We could automatically back up the patient's memories as data. That's so based. Even if the patient loses their memories, they could just go to their PC and reinstall them. That's so cool. I love this feature that they've decided for themselves. We think this would be a way to stop memory loss. In the end, we hope to make memory data stored on your PC constantly accessible via the hippocampal Reinstall. This would mean that if brain function was lost, for example, if the brain was badly damaged or arthropide, yup, brain functionality could still be maintained. It would be like a form of external storage. Out of all of the words that they were like, we'll tell you what this means, they chose external storage? They were like, well, sure, we're sure you'll know what psychology will mean. We don't need to make that blue, but we will make external storage blue. Because I'm not sure if you, the person playing a video game on your computer, know what external storage means. That is so cool. A strange feeling gripped the hall. Part of it was shock and the feeling that they were witnessing the announcements of an incredible technology. Part of it was skepticism that a system like this could ever actually work. Wait, so I could install memories to the brain? I think your own memories, but yeah. Part of it was revulsed at the idea of playing around with a human brain like that. An excitement born of all these things passed from one member of the crowd to another. This guy. Dr. Letzkin raised his hand to encourage questions. Yes. It looks like I need to take questions before we move on to the next project. I'll answer anything I can. Go ahead. Many hands were raised. I could tell that there was a wide age range of people interested. Both young and old were raising their hands. Dr. Letzkin pointed to a questioner. This was the first question. Sampling would be required when digitizing analog memories. Does that mean any information would be lost? The professor nodded as he listened to the question in Japanese and began to respond in English when the speaker finished. Maybe he was able to understand Japanese, if not speak it. To put your question another way, you're saying that when you're saving a live recording of an orchestra as a WAV file, it's impossible to record everything. 2010, man. What do you mean it's impossible to save everything? Man, you just hit record. 2010, man. 2010. And the WAV file is the good one. WAV file is the good one. WAV file is the one that records all of it. MP3 is the one that, like, you lose something. What the F? WAV file is the good one. Anyway. As someone who edits audio, that's a good question, and it's one of the biggest problems facing our research right now. If the network within the brain consists simply of neurotransmitters, that doesn't need to be blue. You know what that means. Turning on and off, that is, exchanging binary data, the problem would be simple. That would be the exact same as a computer's digital data. But we know that neurotransmitters and electrical signals from an analog network within the brain. The only way we have to deal with this problem right now is to sample at a higher rate. To continue our music example, instead of sampling at 44.1 hertz, we'd sample at 48 hertz, and instead of 48 hertz, we would use 96 hertz. If you want to. This allows us to recreate everything very closely to the original analog data digitally. Someone didn't do research making this game, shake my head. The thing is that all of their audio files of the voice actors would have been probably saved in a WAV file. Because, like, okay, so, like... Anyway. Little by little, the mood in the room was turning to disappointment. People were beginning to wonder if this was just a pretty theory that wouldn't work in reality. More questions came. All of the questioners were skeptical of the professor's theory, and many of them seemed to be outright challenging him. I started to get upset. This was Dr. Lightskin research, but it was also Kurisu's. I knew better than anyone that it worked, and the sight of so many people refusing to give it a chance infuriated me. Oh my god, the Halloween Kilma is taking over. He's like, I have to yell at this guy. I have to yell at people in this room. I forgot what type of file Wave is. It's an audio file. The Halloween Kilma is taking over. You can hear it. It's in his brain. Were these people really scientists? I tried to keep myself under control and look back towards the podium. That doesn't sound like Halloween Kilma, you coward. Was she mad? She certainly looked disappointed. Dr. Lightskin was very polite with the rude questionnaires. Acknowledging the problem with the theory, she was very different. Her anger was starting to seep into her interpretations too. I felt a kind of kinship with her. The questions and answer session continued. From a medical standpoint, this is just reckless. It's absolutely impossible to rewrite digital data back into the brain. It's insane. I read the essay in Science, and I have to say I don't believe it. Especially since the lead author was a 17-year-old girl. That was the one thing I couldn't ignore. He was about to stand up. I could feel it. Listen. Yeah! Our boy! Halloween Kilma is back. Not really, though. He's not actually. But, like, the vibe, you know? And also, we just get to see our boy. Like, there's so many more splash pages. Like, there's so much different art. Look, it's our boy. He's just there. He's not Halloween Kilma, though. I'm so sorry to disappoint. He really isn't. It will periodically take over him a little bit, and then he will get embarrassed, and he's like, I need to go take some anxiety pills. Objection! That's a good face. I like that a lot. I like that this exists. I kind of want to watch this anime now. Mushroom, please. Watch the first one first, though. Don't watch this one first. Watch Steins Gate. There's an anime called Steins Gate, and there's an anime called Steins Gate Zero. Watch Steins Gate first. I'm letting you know now. It is on Funimation. I'm letting you know now that if I had to rate it, like, in, like, American, Canadian, like, standings, I would say it's, like, a 14A kind of deal. Like, there's blood and stuff, disturbing imagery, people die, that kind of thing. Just, like, warning. But if you're okay with that, very good watch. What? I'll try to see if it's on that. If not, yo ho ho ho, it's a pirate's life for me. What is VRV? Is that like the combination thing? Also, I think it's on Crunchyroll as well. It's on Funimation and Crunchyroll. It's on both. Because they're one company now. They're the same company. You know? Because they got a divorce and then they married again. Oh, Verve! Yeah, it's probably on Verve. That's, my brother used to have that. I think it is. Because Verve, I think, has Crunchyroll. That's, like, packaged with it. So yeah, you can watch it. It's just, okay, so this is how you do it, though, because it took me a bit to, like, yeah. Company agreements. No, but it's good, though, because I don't know. It's my brother as well. I'll see. I don't know, man. I'm a nerd, and I have this. This is the... Hold on. It's the DVD box set of Steins Gate. You know? Because these are the things I own. The two people on the stage and the entire audience. Yep. All turn towards me at once. That's so cool for you. How do you know it won't work when you haven't even tried? The world's full of technologies that people would never thought would work. But they exist now because people overcame these problems. The Halloween Kilma is peeking through the cracks. Cynicism alone doesn't help anything. The whole theater was silent. But I didn't regret standing up. You. Good Mushroom. And please let me know how you think of it, because it is one of my favorite animes. On the stage, Moho Hyajo was staring at me in shock. And as for Dr. Letskin, this man looks like a corpse. You know what I mean? He looks like a walking corpse. I saw a flash of white teeth as our eye meet. Awesome. He's really something. That's so cool, Letskin. He started to applaud. That's so cool. I would cry. He does look dead. He looks like a walking corpse. Okay. Why was he applauding? That just makes things embarrassing. Embarrassed? Hoey and Kyo will never get embarrassed. I will start watching TV this right. Watching TV this right after I'm done watching the Captain Jack Sparrow movies for the first time. Bro, you're watching, like, oh my god. You're watching Pirates of the Caribbean? Oh my god. Oh my god. Delete the TV. Ha. Aw, dude. Yeah, I grew up under a rock. Dude, okay, no joke. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean was probably, like, one of my first hyperfixations because, like, it was, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, me and my friend watched, like, the entirety of those movies over and over again, and we would quote them at each other. To the point where, like, I remember we were in middle school. This was in middle school, and we were quoting the, like, there's a line in it that just says, like, where's the rum gone? Right? And we would quote that at each other. And to the point, I think we annoyed our teacher so much that the teacher was just like, because I stole it. And we thought that was the funniest thing that's ever said. I wasn't allowed to watch them. I'm also reading Percy Jackson books for the first time. Mushroom, you're just gonna have, like, a great time. Honestly, though, I feel like being able to look at all the stuff that, like, was really popular when you were a child and you didn't get to, like, enjoy it when you were a kid because of whatever reason, but you get to enjoy it now, means that you can get to enjoy all the things that stayed good. Because there's a lot of things that I read as a kid that, like, people were like, oh, this is really good, but then, like, people now are just kind of like, you know? So, like, Percy Jackson, exactly. Like, Percy Jackson is, like, it stayed good. I would say Pirates of the Caribbean stayed good. I wouldn't watch the fourth movie. It's not that great. It's like the trilogy's good, the fourth movie is kind of eh. Also, I never watched the fifth one, so I don't know what happened in it. Past that part, but I'm not finished with it yet. Fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't watch the fourth one. Just... I knocked the light and it did a bad thing. Awesome, he's really something, the professor says. Yeah, okay. Maho translated the professor's words for me to hear. But a scientist must remain calm at all times. Not if you're a mad scientist. The only time when we're allowed to yell is when our experiment succeeds, and you say... We did it! I thought this man was about to say Eureka. That's all you need, he says. I'm sorry. I lowered my head and sat down. I thought I was calm, but I guess I let my emotions get away from me. I hadn't grown up at all in the past 6 months. Brah! If Curiosity was here, she'd make fun of me again. I could feel the rest of the audience staring at me coldly. It hurt. If I could have left, I would have wanted to, but I was too interested in hearing the rest of Dr. Lutskin's talk to move. Yeah, but I'm trying to heal inner child a little. 20 reading books meant for middle schoolers for the first time. No, it's good. No, I think that's awesome. If you want a recommendation of something, so, like, this was popular a little bit. So if you're, like, 20, it was, like, popular, like, before you were a kid. But, it's really, really special book to me, actually, because it was the first book I was ever, able to read. So, like, I'm, like I said, I'm dyslexic. I'm actually dyslexic. It's not just something I say. Like, I actually am. I wasn't able to read until I was 10. And I want you to think about, like, what that would mean. Like, I was not able to read at all until I was in grade 5. Yeah! Okay, you get it. So, like, the first series of books that I was ever able to, like, that I ever read by myself, like, and I was so proud of it, because it wasn't, like, a kiddie book, right? And, like, everything like that, like, an actual, like, real-life chapter book that I was ever able to read was A Series of Unfortunate Events. It's by, yeah, like a series of unfortunate events. That's a really good book series. And it's very special to me. And I do highly recommend reading that book. It's a series of books. It's 13 books, but like it's in basically every library because it was really, really popular for a really long time. And also there's a Netflix show, and the Netflix show is like top tier. I tried reading those. It's not my cup of tea, but it was good. Okay, if you didn't like it, then that's fine. I do recommend the Netflix show though. The Netflix show like really captured it. Plot was good. I just meh for me. Fair enough. I'm trying to think of like other books that were like Percy Jackson was obviously one. I read a lot of dystopian books, but like they weren't necessarily like popular ones. I'm trying to think of like other ones. Maze Runner? Maze Runner? Maze Runner is pretty good. I really like Maze Runner, the book. The movie is like good. It's a good movie. It's not very good to the book. The book's like it's more interesting. But I love Fifth Wave trilogy. You know, I never actually read Fifth Wave. I don't know why. Like I skipped that one. Maze Runner's a good one. Maze Runner's a good one. It's really, really good because like so the movies made it seem like pretty generic zombie, but it's not generic zombie in the books. It's way better in the books. I watched the first two movies. I need to read the books. You do need to read the books. The movie is spot on for Fifth Wave too. Ooh. Yeah, that one I just like never like really got into because I started reading like a bunch of other really weird ones. Like what weird ones do I have? There's a weird one that I have that's called Wasteland. It's about like I just had a screenshot of the bus stop. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's one called Wasteland where like basically no one lives past the age of like 19 or 18 or something like that. Because they just simply die. And it's just kind of like about like what life like what that is. A Maximum Ride is good. I really don't like Maximum Ride. Like I really don't. James Patterson's not a very good writer. The thing with Maximum Ride is that like I don't think James Patterson actually even wrote the book because he always has a guest writer on each one of those books, and I think the guest writer was the person who actually wrote the book. But because it's a different guest writer for each book, they like kind of vaguely know what was happening in the book before it. So like the like story kind of like keeps changing where it wants to go. I don't know. I just really didn't like it. The graphic novels are good. I do agree. The graphic novels really like streamline the plot. A certain cosplayer we know just about now is like, do I say anything? Wait, a certain cosplayer we both know is just out and about now. Is just like, do I say anything? Oh, really? Like right now? I'm assuming you mean right now. Oh. I mean, it's a Friday night. Or no, it's a Thursday night. You know. It's... Probably not, considering that she definitely doesn't, like, know who you are. What other books do I have? There's a book series I have that's called Quarantine. It's about a bunch of kids that get trapped in a high school and they all have a disease that kills you when you turn 19. And so they're trapped in a high school. So it's like Lord of the Flies on steroids. And it's very good. But the disease is extremely horrific. Like probably the worst thing ever, actually. Like the most and like has probably one of the most like horrifically like imagery that has ever been in a book, and I'm just gonna explain it to you. But I'm finally reading all the books I didn't get to as a kid. It's awesome. We met once when I was in cosplay. There's zero chance you recognized me. Oh, fair enough. Tell you something. I read Moby Dick as a high schooler for fun. Okay, so like Quarantine. Okay, so basically what the disease does is it makes you cough up all your organs. Okay? So you get this disease, and it turns your organs to goo, and then you cough them up and you die. That is what it does, okay? Now, all of the adults in the school die of this because that's the plot, right? So there's like, this is a school that hosts like maybe like 3,000 students, like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 students. So like there's a lot of staff. Anyways, and so it's gross. It's really bad. Like it's like the beginning of the book is actually like the worst part for me to get through. Anyway, and like so all these kids are stuck in this high school and they're like, there's a bunch of dead bodies around. We need to fix this because we're trapped in this school and there's a bunch of dead bodies. And so, and a bunch of guts everywhere. Anyways, so they have to like put all these bodies somewhere, but they're trapped in the school, right? They can't go outside. And so they're like, we're gonna put them in the lockers. And so they put them in the lockers. And they lock all the lockers. And then they duct tape them. Right? Duct tape around the thing. And so the imagery there is that all of the lockers in the school are filled with corpses. Rotting corpses. All of them. All of the lockers. And then they're stuck there for years. Like, literally, right after that imagery happens, right after they say that, it skips 2 years. So anyway. So again, night terrors that magically start after reading Fault in Our Stars, and now the only gore I can take is, in books. That's fair. All the lockers are filled with rotting corpses. That's a banger quote. It's from like a horror perspective, it's like amazing imagery because how I always imagine it in my head is like if this was filmed like a movie, right? Is like, you know, the guy is putting the corpse in, he like closes the locker door, he's like duct taping, and it's like really closed in on him doing that. And then the camera would zoom out and it would just show a bunch of kids like in this really long hallway, like a ton of kids doing the exact same thing and like really showing the scale of like how many people died. And like the fact that like anytime you see a locker that has duct tape over like the vent part and the edges, you know there's a corpse in there. Like, anyways, it's a good book series. Do I have another one for you? Hold on. Let's see. Let's think about it. Hmm. There's a book series that I liked the first 2 books of, and then after that it kind of got kind of meh. If you wanted survival books, the Hatchet series is really good. It's not really survival, it's like... That would be a banger movie. I know! I'm typing typily notes, bro. Yo! Yeah, it's called Quarantine. It's by Tom... Hold on, let me see if I can read it. I can't read it. Hold on. I'll show you what the cover looks like. Who is it by? It's by Lex Thomas, which is a duo. So it's 2 writers. One guy's first name is Lex, one guy's first name is Thomas, and so it's written by Lex Thomas. This is what the book looks like. So, Quarantine. This is the first book. The first book is called The Loners. It's pretty old, though. I think this came out around the same time as Hunger Games. Hold on. Yeah, 2012. There's like 2 or 3 books that follow the first one. I know. I have it. They also probably have this at the library. Because I think I first saw it at the library. So you can, like, get it from the library. Do I have any other ones? Let's find out. I'm trying to think of ones that are, like top tier. I remember this one being, like, pretty good, but I never read the second and the second and third one. Also, if you like fantasy / post-apocalyptic, the One Chronicle by Nora Roberts is really good. Ooh. Okay, so this one's called The Eye of Mind. It's written by the same person as The Maze Runner. I never read the second and third book of this, but it's sci-fi. It has have you ever read Ready Player One? Where they're like in a VR world. It's kind of like that, so they're in a VR world, but this one was written first. Yeah, they're in a VR world, and they play video games in the VR world, and then stuff happens. It's way more, I'm trying to think. It's way more, like, obvious that there is, like, a corporate bad guy in this one than there is in Ready Player One. Oh, and also, the plot twist at the end of this book is, like, absolutely stellar, so I'm not going to spoil it. It's a trilogy that surrounds myths of Celtic myth and has a bit of, like, ooh. I read Eye of Minds. Yeah, so same person as the Maze Runner. I only ever read the first book. I own the second and third. You want to know actually something I'm so pissed off about? Okay, you guys, look at this cover. Okay, you see how this cover is done? Okay. This is the second cover. Okay. Look at this cover. You see how it kind of like a different style? So it's a different style to this, right? Because I'll show you the third. See? Like these ones are the same style, right? These ones are the same style. And then this one's different. There is this style of the first book, but there is no second and third book in this style. Because by the time they made the second and third book, they decided to change the style, and then they rebranded this one. I'm so pissed. You know? It just be like that sometimes. Oh, and then the Maze Runner, they like, this is what they originally look like, right? This is what they originally look like. You know? Like, this is what it originally looked like. Okay? And this is what they all look like now. Look at that. They, like, colored in the letters to, like, fit. You know? Why? Why would they do that? I hate it. Anyway. Look like you need a community book trade. No, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. That's the worst part. It's just the Eye of Minds, like, has... Okay, so, like, the second and third book don't look like the first book. Like, there is no way that it looks like the first book. But, like, there is a way of getting the first book that looks like the other two books. But then I won't have my, my first edition, you know? I have a first edition Maze Runner. Does it look as pretty as the ones that are coming out now? Absolutely effing not. Anyway. Why do book companies be like this? I don't know! I love your enthusiasm. I really like books. I learned how to read out of spite. Look at my 6 foot tall bookshelf. There's a shelf underneath that you can't see, and there's another shelf on top here that you can't see. My beautiful, beautiful bookshelf that has so many books. And it's not even all my books, because there's another bookshelf right there. And then there's a bunch of books in my closet. Hello, Billy Bumble. How are you doing? We're playing Steins Gate. The book trades I give you books I like that are good that you haven't read yet, and you give me books I haven't read that are good. I don't have that many because I'm broke. Oh, I understand. I mean, we can recommend books and then go to our local libraries because I will cry if I have to give away my books. Like, real tears. Billy Bumble, I hope you do very well on your homework. I believe in you. Anyways, I'm doing great. I got to rant about books for a little bit. Yup. We have a book club tab in the Discord we'll use religiously. We could do that. I don't know what like, you just want a tab in the Discord to talk about books? Just general? Yep, okay, cool. We'll call it book club. Alright, we can do that. We'll put that in. Oh, that's lore talks. Do you want to put it in crafts and vibes? We'll put it in crafts and vibes. Text channel. Book club. Yep. Create channel. There you go. It's there now. So you can have book recommendations. We can talk about books in there. There you go. Done. Alright, we're playing a game now. If I could have left, I would have wanted to, but I was too interested in hearing the rest of Dr. Lenskin's talk to move. Anyway. Alright, everyone, moving on. Anyway. That man said anyway. But first, like, he really just said anyway. But first, how about a round of applause for our brave audience member? Maho, shut the F up. Could you imagine doing that and then and then like the guy on the stage is just like, but a round of applause for our proud audience member. I would simply leave. Oh no, please no. The Halloween Kyoma came out a little bit of the cracks and then heard that and was like, nope, 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 nope. Challengers like him are the ones who advance science and come up with the really amazing theories. He may be capable of becoming the third Einstein. The third. By the way, the second Einstein is my little assistant here. Stop messing around, Professor. The audience chuckled. Sheesh. Now then, I'm going to take a break from interpreting. Halloween Kyoma. Oh, anxiety. Not me derailing stream with books and movies about pirates. I mean, it's good. The next interpreter is far better than I am. This is our second project and the one we are putting most of our efforts towards. Oh my god, there's a screen. Oh my god. The Amadeus. Oh my god, okay. Amadeus. That's what it's called. The Amadeus system. When she finished speaking, Maho walked to the back of the stage. The brain went from ruled by Halloween to being ruled by a regular man where Homie was trying to break itself free. Yeah! Oh my god, posture check was spelt right? I know. I spelt it right now. Did you guys redeem it? Because I can't see it anymore. Okay, we have posture checked. At Dr. Watson's signal, the PC screen was displayed on the projector. And then I heard a voice. Nice to meet you, everyone. Maho, question mark? Did you guys see that at the bottom? The murmuring got louder than before, but it felt more uncertain than surprised. On the screen, I could see a detailed 3D model of Maho, the girl who's just been interpreted. Yep. Oh my god, oh no, the ring. By the way, this model was made by the famous DrinkWorks Studios. You've probably seen their movies. DrinkWorks. DrinkWorks. Oh, friends are done doing some viral. Friends, time for me to go. Bye! Bye, Mushroom. Maho Hyajo chimed in from the back of the stage. DreamWorks. Yep. The voice was done by a Japanese company, Yamahana, using my voice samples. This was CG? It sure looked real to me. Oh my god! Oh, Swaggin. Hello. How are you doing? What were you doing in stream today? Oh my god. The Swaggin is here. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. If I can type really fast, that'd be super cool. That work? Yeah! Played Terraria. Ooh! Nice, nice, nice! Guys, I think if you don't follow swagging yet. Guess what, chicken butt? What the F? I can't believe you would say that in my chat. What the F? What? Anyway. Nice cock! Anyway. You guys should, give him a follow, I think. Not for any reason. Definitely not something that's gonna be happening in the future. Definitely not. Definitely not. That involves both of us being in the same place. Kind of. Yup. Anyway. Alright. Hello, Raiders. I am playing Swaggy Raid, yes. I'm playing Steins Gate. So Steins Gate is a visual novel, so basically there's visuals on the screen and I am reading. Not right now, because we're right at the beginning of the name. I watched the anime. Excellent. No spoiling then. Like, I know what happens, but some people in chat don't. So, not right now. No spoiling. Yes, thank you. So not right now, but if you guys decide to continue to watch later on, there is some, like, disturbing imagery that kind of happens in this game. If I had to rate it, I would say it's like 14A, so it's not gonna get worse than that, but like, you know, there's like blood and stuff like that. So just so you guys know. I'm not Brian, thank you so much for the follow, thank you. But we're like basically right at the beginning of the game. This is the second game though, so there might be some context clues that are not fully there, but otherwise it is very good. Oh my god, it's Cakebird. What the F? What the F, Cakebird? Why are you like this? Cakebird, what the F? You're just so weird. I'm in your bed? You know what I actually think, Spoons, is you're actually in my Twitch chat. I'm in your bed and I'm in your Twitch chat. Dun, 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 dun. I'm right there. You're not though. Anyways. The professor said something into the laptop's microphone. Please. And then the 3D motto of Maho Yajo on the screen opened its mouth. I'm Maho Yajo. To be precise, I'm a being based on the Maho Yajo who existed 48 hours and 22 minutes ago. I'm on the bus. I'm in Cake's house. Oh my god. Are you guys having a fun time? If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear something slightly off. But it sounded far more human than any artificial voice I've ever heard. I've been listening to your questions. And I was wondering why the professor didn't introduce me earlier. I've thought for a while that the professor has a bit of a mean streak in him. You've got that right. Yes, without you? What the F? Mahayajo on the screen spoke with a slightly irritated expression. The effing ring fell on the floor. I found it. And the Mahayajo by the wall nodded in agreement. Dr. Lenskine still smiled. What was going on here? What part of this was their bigger project? Yes, without you? Why are you guys being so mean about it? What the F? The rest of the audience didn't seem to have any more of a clue than I did. Many of you are wondering whether it's possible to extract a human's memories as data, save them, and use them. What is happening? You will find out. You're wondering if that's really something we can do. So I'll put this question to you. If not, what am I? I am based off data that was extracted from Maho Hyajo's brain 78 hours and 23 minutes ago. What did she just say? The professor said something else in rapid English and asked the Maho on the screen to translate it. But she, if she was the right word, hesitated and went silent. I looked at the real Maho, and she was responding exactly the same way. Professor, if it is alright if... Professor, is it alright if I report that sexual harassment to the university? Dr. Letskin laughed cheerfully and responded to her. The conversation was in quick English, and over half the audience couldn't understand it. The real Maho sighed and took back the microphone. Well, the professor, he told this Amadeus system, which is based off my memories, to answer a question. It was, stuff like, how old was I when I stopped taking baths with my dad? That is disgusting. Or when did I first fall in love? He said any of those questions should be answerable. Aw, geez, you don't have to translate anymore. Would you stop that? It's embarrassing. I'm not answering any questions like that. Look at that smile! What is this man? I hate this man. Oh, you guys can't see it. Guys, look at this man's smile. I hate this. Where is it? Hold on a sec, guys. Look at this man! Look at how he is smiling. We hate this for him. He's smiling like a crazy person. Why is he like that? Anyway, the professor said something else, and the Maho on the screen groaned and turned away. He is the evil prince in Shrek that isn't short. And I'm definitely not telling you my credit card number. And I don't even remember what kind of pajamas I was wearing a week ago. What was this? It was so natural I couldn't tell at first, but this was something unbelievable, wasn't it? It felt very different from a typical AI. I could tell that much. Oh, there's an ad. There's an ad. Well, people who are not getting an ad. The fact that, like, this, like, there's so much new art. There's so much art. It doesn't have to describe to me what's happening. It's just there. Oh my god, they're back. Hello. Welcome back. Wasn't actually the questions it was given? And because they were embarrassing? Was it programmed to respond like that to certain questions for the purpose of this demonstration? It was possible that it all was, but that conversation wasn't programmed in advance. The rest of the crowd seemed to reach the same conclusion I did, and the whispers started to turn into surprised murmurs. Listen, can you do something about this little troublemaker? I know what he's trying to do, but it's embarrassing. The copy of the Maho was complaining to the original. It felt like it was watching a pair of twin sisters talking. Well, since the little troublemaker, that is Dr. Ledskin, is having too much fun to explain what's going on here, I will. Maho walked back to the professor. I think everyone's already figured this out, but Amadeus has decided its own what it can and can't talk about, and what it does and doesn't want to talk about. We haven't programmed any of this into her at all. I knew it. It's using the memories we gave it to make its own unautonomous decision. I've written one sentence progress. Yeah, nice! Guys, everyone be proud of Billy Bumble. Tell Billy Bumble you're proud of them. They did homework. Yes, good, good, good. The Maho on screen suddenly took over for her. And here's another thing, which is the exact opposite of the medical application we discussed. The research team spends a lot of time arguing about this, but I eventually forgot about unnecessary information. Or rather, I became unable to access those memories, just like all of you. For example, the color of the pajamas I wore a week ago. There's no reason I shouldn't know this, but right now, I can't remember it. That's because this information isn't necessary to my survival. The same goes for all of you. So as you can see, Amadeus' memory input and outputs are very similar to humans. This result surprised us too, and we're currently researching it, but we still don't know exactly how it works. As Maho finished up, Dr. Lutskin took the microphone back. She resumed interpreting as he continued the lecture. Another thing that surprised us is that Amadeus is capable of deliberate lies. By deliberate, I mean it lies of its own free will, not as the result of any programming error. Lies are one method that humans use to communicate with one another. And just like a human, Amadeus can use its memories to decide if lying would be best. It would be best. If so, it will lie without hesitation. Don't tell them that, Professor. I can't lie without hesitation. I have a conscience, you know. I'm so sorry, and... Dr. Lutzen cuts off. He seemed to be hesitating. Maho didn't seem especially surprised by this. Maybe she knew the reason. But the moment passed, and the professor continued. And Maho translated his words like there was nothing shocking about them at all. As we continue our research, we eventually believe that It may be possible to give Amadeus a soul, just like a living human. I was stunned. A soul? Should one of the leading brain scientists in the world really be using a word with such a vague definition? This would mean the creation of artificial intelligence in the true sense. Oh my god. Oh, shoot, I missed that. And it was sheer chaos for a while after that, as everyone tried to debate their own personal theories of Dr. Letskin at once. Oh boy. Guys, do you think if that technology existed in the real world, because I think a riot would start. I don't think everyone would go to this nice banquet afterwards. I think a riot would be happening. Like actual freak out riot. You know what I mean? It was thanks to Letskin that I was able to get into the reception held after the ATF was over. They told me there's a dress code, so I went all the way back to my parents' house to get a suit to change into. He's wearing a suit. He's so normal. I hate that for him. He's wearing a suit. He's wearing a suit. At first, all that effort paid off, as Letskin introduced me to some of the country's top researchers. Raikin, Jaka's, companies. Oh my god. Oh my god. A thing happened. Guys, why is what is happening? I can't believe you get to go to a fancy party. Die in a fire, Mr. Fancy Pants. What the F? There's nobody to talk to and I'm bored. You can't help. You could have helped too, you know. All the food here looks so good. Now, which one do I do? I'm gonna do this one. Oh my god, a conversation is happening. No way. Then don't complain. But I'm jealous, you get to go to a party, there's a lot of hot rich girls, right? Oh yeah. Emoji. It's mostly guys, I think, lots of older scientists. See, this is what I mean! They just have emojis of each other! What the F? And that's why we haven't heard of Oops, I Said Too Much. Like, oh Crane, hang in there, man. Is that all you ever think about? They have emojis of each other, and I love that for them. Get me out of here. Before long, Letsky ran off to suck up to some university professor, and I was left completely abandoned. That's so cool. My own personal target, Dr. Letsky, was surrounded by a bunch of famous scientists. It didn't feel like a mere student would be welcome. And so all I did was stand around and eat from the buffet by the wall. To be honest, I couldn't tell if the food was any good or not. It looks effing wonderful. These emotes are the only thing. Right? I need to make emotes of me and my friends, just so that we can text them to each other. Whenever my glass got empty, a smiling waiter was always around to fill it back up again, so I found myself drinking more than I intended. Oh my god, he's drinking. Oh my god, he's just so normal. He's just some guy. My stomach was already so full it hurt. The whole place felt like it was another world. I want one of the ones in the game in this chat. Wait. Oh yeah. What is the thing? I believe in you, Cakebird. I believe in you. I believe in you. It's like, you can click it, you know? Hey up, hello Mischief. We're playing Steins Gate. I'm really not cut out for this. Two people say it at the same time. At the exact moment I spoke, I heard a girl next to me say the exact same thing. Surprised, I looked over at her, our eyes meet. Oh my god, it's Maho. Oh, you. What was a middle school girl doing here? And then a moment later I realized it was Maho Hiajo. Guys, it's just... Guys, you can click... There's a button at the bottom, even on mobile, that you can click that gives you all of the BTT emotes. I believe in you. She was wearing the exact same outfit she'd been wearing during the lecture. I've now written 1 and 2.5 sentences. I am struggling. Oh no, Billy Bubble, I'm so sorry. I believe in you. Not for BTTV? There is. I swear to God. Here. Hold on. I'm gonna blow your guys' mind. Okay, let's turn the volume all the way down. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go in the 5-ups chat. He probably has BTV. Oh my god, please. Click, clickety click, 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 click. Click, clickety click, click, click. Where is it? Oh my god, it's giving me ads and everything. Where is it? I'll find it, guys, don't worry. Guys, I'm subscribed to someone I've never seen before. That's so cool for me. Twitch emotes. Huh. You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe there isn't. Anyway. I mean, not really. You can type it in. Anyway, not the point. It's okay. A lab coat in a place like this? That's just what the old me would have done. And you were so much cooler when you did. Let me see, your... Maho was clearly out of place. Why? Because she was still wearing her lab coat? Why are you wearing a lab coat? He's just not the same, man. He's just not the same. What do you mean? He's so normal. He's just... Man matured like milk. Thank you, Mischief. Mischief, he's just so normal. He asked, he's like, why are you wearing a lab coat? Bro, you've worn a lab coat for the majority of your life. I'm so upset. This is the worst. I hate this. He's actually so bad. I couldn't help but ask. I hate you. I was sure I'd brought some real clothes. She was sure she had, but she hadn't. And that's why she was standing in the corner, trying not to attract attention. You're the guy who was at the desk this afternoon. Please tell me he resets to mad scientist. I'm not telling you anything. I'm Ritaro Okabe. I'm Ritaro Okabe. I'm Ritaro Okabe. Nerd. I'm a student at Tokyo Denki University in Professor Izaki's class. I hate that for you. I handed her one of the business cards that I'd thrown together after Izaki told me I needed them. She grabbed one of her own out of a stack and carelessly put it in my hand. He has business cards. He has business cards. He's just some guy. I hate this. It's fine. No need to be so polite. Oh my god, what happened? Harley Quincy, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing? I pronounced that right. Yes. Right? Yeah, Harley Quincy. Yes, I did. He went full normie. I know. He's just so normal and I hate him. That was a huge help. My name's pretty rare, isn't it? Huh? Oh, yeah, you said nobody could read it? I looked at the card and saw that the pronunciation of her name was written in unusually large letters. That was probably because of how many people kept screwing it up. It's a common name in Okinawa, though. You're from Okinawa? My great-grandmother and great-grandfather were immigrants. I was born and raised in America. No, you don't look half Japanese. Quarter Japanese? Nope. My grandpa, grandma, mom, and dad are all Japanese. My DNA is purely Japanese. That's so cool for her. Huh? I love when the music sometimes just dies. And then the conversation stopped. That's so cool. I'm a terrible conversationalist, honestly. It's because the confidence went away. The confidence was like... Whoo, whoo, whoo. The old me would have gone full Shibuya and started ranting about conspiracies and magic powers, whether the other person cared or not, but you can't really call that a conversation. But it made you so cool! Anyway. I had no idea what to say to someone I've never met before. Guys, he has anxiety now, and it's awful. He's just like, he was like, He was the coolest person ever. And then he was like, I have anxiety now, actually. F. I'm working at becoming a real adult, even buying and studying men magazines, but none of it really helped. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Alright, guys. Guys. What kind of chocolate do I want to make myself feel better? Here we go. Here are the chocolate options. There are Hershey's Kisses. Chocolate orange. Hold on. Chocolate orange. Himalaya pink salt caramels. Dark chocolate. Or giant Toblerone. Two sentences down. Yo, Billy, let's go. What chocolate do I want? I'm thinking, I'm thinking Terry's orange, actually. The orange? Yeah, you're right. You're so right. You're so base for that. Okay, we're gonna take 2 slices of the orange. Heck yeah. Okay, now we have to put all the chocolate back. Crippling Benjamin's a question you should. Oh no. I don't think I've ever heard that TikTok audio. Okay. We have a chocolate orange. Anyway. This man, he's so normal and I hate him. Without anything to talk about, I look over to Dr. Lenskin. He seemed to be giving a lecture on neurons to a bunch of scientists. I'm sorry about today. Huh? Sorry for what? Oh, for interrupting your lecture. Oh, that. Don't worry about that. If you hadn't spoken up, I probably would have. I can't stand people like that. You sure that would have been a good idea? You heard what the professor said. A scientist should remain calm at all times. If I find it, I'll send it. Wait, send you? It's the thing of Under the Sea from the Little Mermaid? Wait, what are you talking about? Oh wait, no, I have heard that. I didn't realize it was to the tune of something. Now I remember it. I'm not speaking as a scientist right now, so it's fine. Must have really ticked her off because she grabbed a cocktail from a passing waiter and gulped it down. Her cheeks turned a pretty shade of pink for an instant, but no longer. She might have had a high alcohol tolerance, yes, because you can tell from how red a person's face gets. Real. Look at these nerds looking outside this window. You know? But you're right, really. Sorry. Criticism like that, they aren't very nice, but they're true. A lot of our research still has a long way to go. Really? There are a lot of problems we still have to deal with, more than we discussed at the lecture. He's like, am I getting private information right now? Here's an example. We can't write memory data back into the brain, but if the brain can't use it, then it's useless. The memories are there, but you can't get to them. It's basically the same as amnesia. As Maho spoke, I remembered. I remembered all the lectures and theories that Kurisu had given me when she was making the time machine. If I remember right, then people try to access their memories. The signal goes from the frontal lobes to the temporal lobe, right? Yep, top-down memory search signals. So then... And then I started to talk, remembering what Kurisu had told me about her theories as I went. When I used specialized technology, those meanings I barely remembered, Maho would tell me what they were. Because you want to know who, So what so like, I'm going to explain. So the problem that they're having is that basically they can put data into the computer, and obviously it works, but they can't take the data from the computer and actually put it back into the person's brain. But that's what Kurisu did with the Time Leap machine, is the memories would go into the computer, and then the computer would go back into the brain. So she figured it out, right? Which is why he's like, oh, shoot, it's possible. And I know how it works, because she told me. And that's what he's explaining right now. And so finally, in the process of writing these memories back to the temporal lobe, if you send the pseudopulse you copied along with them to the front lobes, the memory search signal will function properly, I think. Did you figure that out for yourself? What? No. Maho looked back at the business card I'd given her. Your major is in brain science, so someone told you this? Or did you read it in a paper? No, that's impossible. She wouldn't have put it into a paper yet. Did I say something wrong? No, that's not it. One of the researchers at the lab said the exact same thing. None of the other staff believed her, but she said she was sure she could prove it. In the end, she left us before she got to the test stage. That's... Should I tell her? Should I tell her about me and Kurisu? In this world line, there's almost no connection between me and Kurisu. What is it? I made up my mind. If I wanted to follow my dreams, I needed to act. Actually, it was Kurisu who told me about this theory. What? What did you just say? Kurisu Makise told me about it? Kurisu told you? When? Why? When she was over here as an exchange student, we became friends and she talked to me about this stuff. Of course, that was a lie. Kurisu and I became friends in the Alpha World line, not this one. But a small lie like this was probably okay. I see. So, Kurisu... Thank you. I mean it. Her words surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear. For what? For being her friend. She came to Japan all alone. I mean, I'm sure she would have been bored studying all by herself. All we ever did was fight, though. That sounds like her. She never gave in, did she? Never. She'd argue for hours. And they loved each other, and it's... Anyway. She'd tell me all the time about how she was gonna give me a lobotomy and rip out my frontal lobe. What? She wouldn't... I could see Kurisu saying that. Right? I love them! You need to discipline your researchers better. I'll admit that much. Sorry. She's gonna start crying. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? She smiled, or so I thought, and then all of a sudden she started to cry. What's wrong? I hate this. I didn't have any better idea, so I grabbed my handkerchief. You carry around a handkerchief?
Like, that's so nice, but also, that's such a normie thing to do.
Ugh, I hate this guy. She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. And neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off? Are you okay? I'm fine, sorry. I hate this energy. She didn't take my handkerchief. Instead, she took a tissue out of her pocket and wiped her eyes. That is rude. My brave third Einstein. What? Guys, I think if I did an American accent, I think that'd be funny. For this guy. I think it'd be funny if I did. Anyway, I turned around and saw Dr. Ledskin smiling, quickly striding towards me. He grabbed my hand as he got closer. The handshake was incredibly forceful. We love Americans. And his hands were as big as a bear's paws. No, not just his hands. Standing in front of me, he looked even bigger than he had during the lecture. I'm pretty tall, but he was at least a head taller than me. This man is huge! Oh my god! Professor I... Uh-oh. I was always so sudden that I couldn't even think of an introduction. And wait, did he just speak in Japanese? Still, I don't approve of you making my assistant cry. Oh no, this is... No, Professor, it wasn't his fault. He had nothing to do with it. Maho and I both denied as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maho was crying, so I couldn't come up with any excuse. I just started to panic even more. Man's 6'14". See, the thing is I think Ritaro is actually tall, but, like, not as tall as we think he is. It's just, like, comparatively. Like, I feel like he's, like, actually, like, 5'9". And then, like, Alexis is probably, like, 6 foot something. So basically, Kurisu. I was talking with him about Kurisu and I just started crying. Kurisu? You're a friend of Kurisu's. I was her boyfriend, actually? Yes. This is Ritaro Okabe. He's a student. Wait, so Kurisu was 5'4"? Probably. Like, it's probably something like that. Like, it's probably something like that. Maho introduced me. Oh my god, this guy. He still looks like an effing corpse. It's like how they, like, drew his face. Dr. Letskin had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. A slow hug? What the F is a slow hug? I am so weirded out by the expression of a slow hug. What does that mean? I felt like I was going to suffocate in his massive arms. Does he mean, like, a long hug? Like, as in, like, the hug lingered? I guess. Somehow I could tell that this was his way of remembering Kurisu. That's so cool. I see. If that's the case, then Maho. Yes? Why not introduce her to Mr. Okabe? You can't mean Amadeus. It was good luck that brought him to us here, wasn't it? While we're in Japan, you can have him be a tester. Are you serious? You can't just let an outsider... If he's a friend of Kurisu's, he's no outsider, correct? But, sir, what were they talking about? I had no idea, but this was my chance to build a relationship with Dr. Letskin. I didn't want to blow it. I would love to help. That's so... Nice! Nice! He patted me on the shoulder and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child's. Okay then, ask Maho for details, thanks. Another scientist is calling him, so he wandered away. Nice! We love the American. How Americans are stereotyped in anime is just like peak comedy, actually. Maho was shaking her head in disbelief. What's he talking about? Meeting Amadeus? Being a tester? The demonstration of Amadeus we did during the convention was my memories, but Amadeus also has another researcher's memories saved as data. Another researcher's memories? What did that mean? When I finally figured it out from Dr. Letskin and Maho's conversation, my heart started pounding. You can't mean... Her? Yeah. Kurisu Makuse's memories are stored in Amadeus. They're 8 months old, though. Dun dun dun! Several days pass after the ATF party. 10 minutes from Ikebukuro via the express train. And then 10 minutes by bus from a station called Wako City in Saitama. The office I was looking for was on the second floor of a building right next to Raiken. Wait, so she can be brought back? She can't be brought back. Like, they can't, like, bring her back from the dead or anything. Like, it's more that, like, her memories are stored on a computer. And they can do the same thing they did with Maho, where, like, you'll see. Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization, Japan Office Prep Room. In a computer program. She is in a computer program. Yes, currently. What would, that was what the plate on the door said. That's a really long plate. To get in, you needed 3 types of special keys, plus a security card. Good God. What is this place? Guys, I had, a college class once where we needed special cards to get in. And the magnets on the cards were powerful enough that they told us not to put them in our wallets because they would wreck our credit cards. Fun fact. The plan is for brain scientists from all around the world to work together to make a new organization. Our lab is leading the way. She led me inside. Oh my god. People are messaging me. The mysterious Sokotos have at last appeared in Akihabara. Oh my god. Oh my god, I get to choose an emoji. Guys, what emoji do I choose? Because I'm really tempted to choose this one just because this emoji is quite funny. But also, this one will probably get me a good interaction with Ferris. Hotel card be like paper. No, it was because it gave you access to, like, the really nice fancy drawing computers. Like, really, really nice fancy drawing computers on desks that, like, you know, did, like, the, you know, the thing. Like, really nice drawing, like, really nice drawing tablets, like, huge drawing tablets on desks that, like, you know what I mean? Alright, guys, I'm choosing the bleh, because it's funny. Look at this man's profile picture. What an effing nerd. You haven't heard of the ancient urban legends of Akihabara? I know about a few of them, but the songs are new to me. Oh my god, he still roleplays with Ferris. That's so wonderful. I love that for him. If a group of 3 people sit in the backseat of a certain maid cafe, they appear. Or so they say. Danger. That's such a good emoji! I'm making emojis of my friend. This is actually, like, I have to now. Danger, danger, danger. No one ever knew which maid cafe it was. Until now. It's May Queen. Danger, danger. Is everything okay? Everything's fine. We just join your game in the middle of the raid and kill all the mobs. Hang on a second. Danger. Fun fact, fountain pens are built for those tilting tables. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we wouldn't put... No, you could put paper on them, but they were also tablets. That's how I drew comics. Was, like, on the tilting tables. I'm getting a new desk. Wait, hold on, you guys. Because I just thought of a genius plan. What if, instead of getting one desk that's an L shape, what if I get 2 desks? What if I get a desk that's for my computers and stuff, and then another desk that's, like, here, that's, like, a tilting desk so that I can draw on it? I'm a genius. Oh my god, Billy. Oh my god. Good job. 10 out of 10. Stellar. The office must have been newly rented. Most of the desks were still empty, showing no signs of ever having been used. You're a genius, true? Thank you, Billy Bumble. I like this validation. There wasn't even a whiteboard, which made the room look even more empty. There wasn't a lot of natural light. Maybe the windows were on the north side? Why would you know that? You effing nerd. 100% recommend that, Wiltier. I just never thought about, because I have an L desk, right? So, like, I have a screen in front of me here, and then it turns into an L, and there's, like, a desk right here that I can put stuff on. And, like, I need a new one, because this one is literally falling apart. So that was, like, what I asked for my birthday. But I want a bigger desk. I want it to be big. You know? But if I get 2 desks, I can have one desk that's a tilty, and then one desk that's just a solid desk. Because getting an L desk is actually so very difficult. Anyway, the only illumination was from the overhead fluorescent lights. The room felt very cold. This is just the prep room. No one was sitting at any of the desks, but 2 of them had stuff on them. One of them was a mess, filled with notes, calculators, coffee cups, and supplement bottles. That was the one Maho sat down at. As if I could have your old desk, but after the falling apart comment. It's like... It's not like falling apart. Okay, so, like, this is how my desk... So, like, how do I explain this? So, like, the desk itself is completely fine, but there's, like, you know the, like, roll things you have underneath the desk to put your keyboard on? Like, that's broken. Like, it's there, it exists, but it's, like, it doesn't roll out. It's broken. The rest of it is pretty solid. It's just, it doesn't work for what I'm using it for, anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it just, like, it's just not what I need. I need a bigger desk. And I need more storage above my desk. Like, I need, like, a bunch of shelves above my desk, you know? My current one is probably better, to be honest. Maybe. I've had this desk for literal years. Like, probably over a decade. Like, I did middle school homework on this desk. You know what I mean? Which meant the one that was neatly organized must belong to Dr. Ledskin, right? Where's the professor? Off today. Well, it was Sunday. Are you off today too? Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to sleep past noon. That's true. When I'd gone to pick her up from her hotel in Wahoo City, she'd come out of the room half asleep. This was the day that I was to meet Amadeus Kurisu. Maho had gone over the basics of being a tester on the way here. Essentially, Amadeus needed sample data from conversations, and they were going to give me an environment where I could talk to it at any time, 24 hours a day. She didn't give me any details beyond that, though. Yo, Shiny, hello! Oh my god, it's Shiny! Yo! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Excellent. Hello, Shiny Raiders. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Oh my god. Guys, if you don't follow the Shiny one, you're making a mistake, because he's simply the best Twitch streamer. That's, like, not even a joke. He is the best streamer on Twitch. And you guys are missing out. Real. Like, what? Anyway. Hello, Shiny Raiders. We are playing, we're playing Steins Gate Zero. It's a sequel to a visual novel called Steins Gate. We're pretty near the beginning of the game, so you're not missing much, but it is the second in the series. Just so you know. And then also, because we're at the beginning of the game, probably nothing like this is gonna happen, but if you're here later on when I play this game again, it does get to the point where there's, like, kind of, like, disturbing imagery in it, so there's, like, blood, people die, that kind of thing. So if that's not your jam, then, like... But right now it should be okay. Like, it's the beginning of the game, nothing bad's gonna happen. Anyway, Shiny, what were you playing today? What were you doing? Oh, it's a visual novel? If you don't know what a visual novel is, it means that there are pictures and there are words, and I read the words... And that's the gameplay. Let's go! She didn't give me any details beyond that, though. So I'll be able to talk to Amadeus Kurisu 24 hours a day, huh? Is Kurisu Amadeus here? I need to make it so I can see the screen again. Yeah. Maho nodded and gave me a glance. You just said she, didn't you? Huh? Yeah. You two were a lot closer than I thought, weren't you? We maybe kiss at some point. Maybe my silence was an answer in itself. Oh my god. Do I get to send emojis to people? Oh my god, it's Best Girl! Okay, may I have a moment of your time? Yes. This is the best answer. No, it's not that important. Can it wait then? Alright, I'll contact you later. No, I can't believe it. That's the only emoji ever. Wonderful. Oh my god. Ruka gave us a heart. Excellent. I was playing the game called Tiny Rogues, pixel art style dungeon crawler. Oh my god, that sounds wonderful. Oh my god. Oh, that sounds so cool. Hold on. We're writing down a game. Like, I'm usually not super into dungeon crawlers, but I am really into pixel art, so... Maho's response was uncharacteristically hesitant. Then maybe you shouldn't meet her after all. Why? The closer you were to someone, the crueler that system is. Pixel art is Pog. True, real. I'm okay. No, you're not. You take anxiety pills. Fine, I won't bring it up again. But just remember one thing. The memories are from March, the last time Kurisu did an update. So anything you say about what happened after March, for example, when she was in Japan, she won't remember. That's right, isn't it? And the professor and I have run her program a lot of times between March and today. Each time Kurisu, the Amadeus Kurisu, has created memories the original never had. Stories we've told her, information she found on the internet, new people she talked to, things like that. You let the AI on the internet? I recovered really quickly. Yeah, real. Hey guys, you guys know how there's like robot rules? Like one of the things is like if you create an artificial intelligence that's like supposed to be like a human, you're not supposed to give it internet access. What the F? Why did you give it internet access? That's not good. Why would you do that? Anyway, that's not a good plan. In other words, what you're about to meet isn't Kurisu Makase, your friend. Friend. Yup, friend. Copium. It's one of the problems with the system. It causes a lot of confusion with the people on this side. I mean us humans. It passes the Turing test a little bit too well, is what she's trying to say. Because you'll think you're talking to the real Kurisu. Never let it online. Friend. Lol. Copium. So don't get reality and fantasy mixed up, I guess. Yup. I was just about to say, the human brain actually has a really hard time differentiating between people who are real and fictional. So like that's why like when people like they read like a story or whatever and they get really attached to the characters, it's because our brain just thinks they're real people. Anyway, our brains have trouble keeping up with the fact that our memories aren't shared with them. Memories that aren't shared. Now there's a feeling I know well. Reading Steiner. It was a power only I possess, which made my memories different from those of the people around me. Take me to her. Maho gave me a slight nod. This way. She led me to the back of the room. There was a booth, separated by a thick partition. To get inside the booth, you needed a different keycard than the one used to get into the room, as well as the security code. You're pretty strict about security. Industrial spies are our biggest threat these days. Then why did you connect the AI to the internet? Okay, as someone who knows a lot about how people steal information online, so let's say you have something like this, and you don't want anyone to have it, right? If you don't connect it to the internet, like it's not connected to a network that has access to the internet, then someone has to physically go into that building to get access to the thing. But if it's connected to the internet, they don't have to go into the effing building. They can just find it on the internet. Like, for instance, if there's a printer in that room that has access to the internet, which they probably do, because most printers, you can, like, send it to print something over the internet. How many people put a password on their printer? Not a lot. They're just kind of open. Anyways, these brain surgeons are stupid. She entered the security code and unlocked the door. Go inside. Anyway, the room was about 2.5 meters per side. This is a very claustrophobic room. At one end was a white desk. Above it was a PC with a built-in 30-inch screen monitor. Sit just behind me. There was a small sofa that let you sit behind the user and see what was happening on the screen. I sat there. I'm gonna start cyber attacking printers. Someone did that. Someone thought it would be really funny to go onto the internet and see how many printers were just kind of like open for people to hack into. Like there's a way of going onto Google where it just shows you things that are like accessible, and like he found like thousands of printers. And so this was around the time when like PewDiePie was having that like subscriber war with that like entertainment industry to become like the most subscribed to person on YouTube. And so the person hacked into all of these printers, basically just like opened them because they were just there, and made them print like a sheet of paper that just said like subscribe to PewDiePie. And he got like, I don't know, like it was like something like 800 printers to like do that or something dumb like that. And it was like on the news and stuff. It was quite funny. Maho powered on the PC began to type. Oh my god, Amadeus. A second later, the words Amadeus system appeared on screen. I saw her put the ID in. Solari. Solari? Solari and Amadeus, huh? Was there some meaning to that? Come to think of it, in the famous movie Amadeus, there was a character who was spiteful and jealous of Mozart's incredible talent, but who, in the bottom of his heart, admired him more than anyone else. So, Amadeus is Mozart's middle name, and Solari was, like, his competitor. This is context that you need to know. That character's name was Solari. Don't look at the password. Maho moved her body to hide her hands. That's so cool. I looked away. She finished logging into the system, and a simple, bare command prompt appeared on screen. I knew that was familiar. Are you ready? Yeah, do it. Maho entered several commands at the prompt. Oh my god. Guys, you're gonna think I'm joking, but this camera is exactly what my camera looks like. That's a Logitech. That's what my camera is. It is a Logitech. That's my second webcam. Yeah, that is what my webcam looks like. It's a higher grade than this one because obviously this would be 2010. Harley Quincy, hello. How are you doing? That is what my camera looks like. Like, I would like mine is probably better because mine can do like 60 FPS and a one in from 2010 probably couldn't, but like I feel exposed. Oh my god, whose thing is this? Oh, it's a Twitch emote. Ah. Sorry, I can't show you this. Well, I wouldn't be able to make sense of any of it. Still, you know how it is. She turned off the monitor. Then she spun around to face me. I suddenly realized I was clenching my fists. How long have I been doing that? My hands were sweaty, and there was a red spot at the base of my thumb where my nail had dug in. Was I more nervous than I realized? I have anxiety. What is it? Oh, just... I'm starting to get a little scared. Guys, he has anxiety. There's still time. You can just leave now. You're pretty mean. Really? I'm worried about you. Then act like it. Seriously, you, Kurisu, you lab girls. For a second, the old joking me was about to come back. Let it come back. I quickly changed the subject. F. People who spend all their time doing experiments can be so rude. That's a clear case of slander. I can sue you for defamation if I want. Stop, you're scaring me. I know a good lawyer. Want me to introduce you? That's a flex. How about you stop suing me first? If you want to talk about a settlement, you're going to need a lot of cash. I'll buy you a Dr. P later. Dr. Pepper. You're so cheap. I heard a small sound from the back of her throat. I guess she was laughing. Normally I find that irritating, but strangely coming from the girl in front of me, no, she was a grown woman actually, I didn't. Maho Yajo was very strong-willed, with the prickliness of a short temper unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something. But maybe she wasn't that bad. Oh, I see. She Maho. She's a lot like Kurisu. Oh no. Uh-oh. Cries. Man's like, I can't even joke. I know, right? He's like, I'm not allowed to have a good time. Never. Not allowed to have a good time here. When I first met Kurisu, she was like that. Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always ready to confront you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. I truly thought I'd never seen a more unlikable woman. Stare, no fun. But despite my first impression on the inside, she turned out to be fragile, easily hurt, and so kind and so lovable. They kiss, by the way, in the first game. They love each other very much. I am so very upset. What's so funny, Maho? I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. Oh, F. Oh. I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never... Maho turned on the monitor. I will cry real tears. The girl I've never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain's science lab. Because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC's camera turned towards me on its own. It turned. The art upgraded. I love it. Huh? Who is this? Maho was introducing me. Oh my god. But I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. Oh my god, it's Trashy. Hi Trashy, how are you doing? Why have you put queer in my name? What has happened? Oh, queer light. Hello. How are you doing, Trashy? We are playing Steins Gate. Our dead girlfriend is a computer now. Yup. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right there. Nice to meet you, Okabe. Ritaro Okabe. I'm Kurisu Makise. I look forward to working with you. I am gonna cry real tears. What is happening? Movie time, I guess. Thank you for the lurk. Movie time, I guess. What the F? That escalated so quickly. There's music playing in the background, but it's very quiet. No, the theme song? It's like so quiet. There's like a whole thing happening. I can't turn it up now. Here, let me try to turn it up. I can't turn it up. I can't do it, guys. Like, it's so very quiet for me, too. Wait, is this the intro to the anime? No, it's not. There was a thing like this with Steins Gate as well. Guys, oh my god, there's new characters. This is epic. You can hear it very, very quietly. Oh my god, guys, it's the mom. Guys, do you remember when that happened in the original game? Oh my god, symbolic. He went from wearing a white lab coat to a black suit. I hate that for this guy. They put so much effort into this intro. What is happening? Oh my god. Anyway. That was so very cool. I love that that happened. Guys, I got an achievement. I got the achievement Missing Link. Hello. Alright, Mr. Oh my god, we're at therapy. Oh my god. It would have been cooler if we heard it. I couldn't hear it either. Like, I could hear it very, very quietly. Guys, we're at therapy. Guys, we're at therapy. Oh my god, this man called therapy. Oh my god. Guys, do you ever go on such a traumatic journey that you decide, you know what, maybe I should forego my entire personality and also get therapy about it? Alright, Mr. Okabe, try to relax. My voice is a bridge, guiding you down into the past. This is gonna go well. You're going down and down and down, and then you see a gentle colored light. Okay. Oh my god, guys, I'm so excited to do therapy. I was dreaming. Daydreaming. I was aware that I was lying on a big sofa, undergoing counseling. I tried my best to stay calm and imagine what the psychologist was telling me. And hypnotherapy, no less. It's like, kind of, I guess. What color is the light? It's definitely red. Yeah, you effing nerd. Red. Red, I see. The person you care about is standing in the light. Are they your family? No. Then your friend? Or perhaps your lover? Cries. Lover, no, not my lover. Not even my friend. Then what are they? She and I are... Memories come flooding back to my mind like a geyser. Like a geyser, you say? Anyways, there might be, like, they might show blood in this, actually. Could you come with me for a moment? Oh, yep, there we go. There she is. What? There she is, dead on the ground. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, and there's Mayuri, also dead. Mayuri Shinai is not needed. Oh my god. Oh my god, the memories. I know you use the time leap machine. Save Mayuri. Go to the beta world line, the world where Mayuri doesn't die. Not just for your sake, but for mine as well. Oh my god, they show the kiss! Guys, when this happened, it was like the most stoked I've ever been. Will you remember me? Ah, there we go. There's the blood. Oh, that's so cool. Am I going to die? I don't want to die. Screaming. That's so cool. That's so cool. Mr. Okabe. And now she's dead. I killed her. It was me. It was me. Listen to me. I'm going to pat you on the shoulder. When I do, you'll be fully awake. 3, 2, 1, now. So when he says out loud to this psychologist that knows he has problems, I killed her, does he go, maybe I should call the police about this? You know what I mean? Anyway, there was a loud sound, then I felt an impact on my shoulder. Nope. Nice. Kurisu's suffering face disappears instantly, and I could feel my consciousness awakening. Oh, we love hypnotherapy. And I stood up off the sofa. I hate this for him. I felt dizzy and almost fell over. Are you alright? Does he look alright? Rest a minute. I'll bring you a towel right now. The psychologist left the room. I realized I was soaked in sweat. The air conditioner was working, so I could tell it wasn't from the heat. I recover quickly. I recovered quickly. But I also need to go to a therapist and have anxiety meds. Real. It was the first time I tried hypnotherapy at a mental health clinic. There's just a piece of fluff. My body felt strangely heavy. So, how'd it go? Probably not well. When I got outside, it was night. It was almost December, and the wind was cold. Oh my god, it's Mayuri. How was it, Oak Green? Mayuri Shina asked me gently. Mayuri was a high school student and my childhood friend. She'd come with me to counseling today. That's so kind of her. I told her I didn't need her to, but she left school early to come. All I ever did was make her worry. Around 3 months ago, my one obsession had been saving her. To me, she had always been someone I had to protect. And now, she was worried about me. Oh my god, someone texted me. Ooh, I have an Amadeus button now. That's fun. Got a sec, Uncle Ocarine? Oh my god, guys. Not only did they make emojis of themselves, but they also made one for Kurisu. So we're gonna think about this logically, right? Okay, so they made these emojis of themselves. Like, this is a thing that they did. They made these because it's not like, you know? So can you imagine? They make this one, and then he has to be like, he has to explain to each individual person, like, who is this person? And he's just like, don't worry about it. This is funny, though. Anyways, okay. Listen, what do you think I should do about Mom and Dad? What do you mean? I just can't see them getting together like this. Well, you're right. Uncle Green, is there anything you can do? You know there's nothing I can do to help with that. You're right, yeah. Kind of hurts that you gave up so easily. It doesn't seem to be your kind of thing, Uncle. Jealous? At least you have a sense of humor, Green. It was only because of Mayuri's recommendation that I tried counseling. She really just said, like, go to therapy, lol. It's not that bad, they said. I told her a small lie to make her feel better. I'm sure that's helping. Actually, they told me I had suffered serious trauma. You think? Okay, there's an ad. Guys, this man is not okay. But you know what? I am glad that in the video game, they were like, you know what? This man deserves therapy. And they gave him therapy. And he's getting help. He has pills to help him. Like, you know, anxiety pills to help him, and he's going to therapy. I'm so glad, because he is deeply traumatized. But what I would like to say is that in the true ending, I don't think he has those things, but he's still deeply traumatized. So do you think that he's actually worst off in the true ending? Because I don't think he goes to therapy. You know what I mean? Anyway. I don't know if people are back from the ads, but I'm gonna assume they are. Actually, they told me I had suffered serious trauma. They'd stopped the hypnotherapy and given me a course of counseling and drugs. Now we had to wait to see the results. Basically, they decided there was nothing to do but to treat my symptoms and wait for it to heal naturally. I couldn't tell if what Maho had shown me yesterday was having an effect. It probably was. I underwent treatment without telling the psychologist about the time machine, or the world lines, or most of the things that had happened. So maybe there was no way for them to make a proper diagnosis. Like, how do you explain the trauma? Like, okay, so, like, in the scenario, right? Like, what would he say? No, you didn't stop? I did stop. You missed, like, a line. Trust me. I did stop. Don't worry. No, because I'm trying to think, like, what... Okay, so, like, he said that he's, like, So, like, okay, so you're in the situation where you have to go to counseling. But you can't tell them about anything of the trauma that happened. Like, what do you tell them? Like, it's like, oh yeah, like, I'm definitely deeply traumatized. And they go to look at you and they're like, yeah, you probably are. And then you say what, exactly? Like, because the only thing that they could verifiably say, you could say, is that I saw a dead body. And then they could treat that, I guess. But that's, like, not really, like, what happened. Anyway. In any event, I decided not to think too much about the results. I don't know, man. Hey, Mayuri, you haven't eaten yet, right? Want to go get some food? I'll treat you. Oh, can we go to Akihabara then? Ruka and Ferris say they haven't seen you in forever, and they want to meet up. Akihabara, huh? The clinic was in walking distance of my house. Akihabara was much further away. But even so, I couldn't turn down Mayuri's request. Oh my god, guys, we're meeting Ruka and Ferris. This is excellent. Until the events of this summer, I'd gone there almost every day. In fact, I'd practically lived there. Lately, I only went 3 times a week, at the absolute most. And then only to go shopping on the way home from school. We went out into the plaza in front of the station. Man still plays Rent on this lab and doesn't go there. Just like in Ikebukuro, even though it was only a month until Christmas, there was barely any decorations. I was sure the whole place would be covered in them in the minute it was December 1st. Eventually, I was sure to see maids in Santa outfits. Maids in Santa outfits. Passing out flyers in Akihabara, huh? Akihabara could really be weird. What? You what? I what? 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 What am I doing? I lost the effing ring again. Where are you, ring? Where did you go? I found it. The lab? Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, he doesn't go to the lab. He doesn't go there. He doesn't go. Oh, it's Ferris and Ruka. Doo-doo-doo! Oh my god, they changed outfits. This is so much. This is so very much. Like, look at this. This is so much. Ruka looks excellent. 10 out of 10. Kyoma! Okabe! Mayuri! That is an outfit. It's definitely an outfit. Ferris and Ruka must have been waiting. They ran over as soon as they saw us. Like, the maid outfit's already, like, a lot, but, like... I missed you! Ferris Nyanyan jumped at me without the slightest hesitation. She was a maid, and Ferris wasn't her real name. I knew her real name, but if I didn't call her Ferris at all times, even when she wasn't working, she'd get mad at me. She was wearing the same outfit she always wore. Her work clothes from her job at the maid cafe Maid Queen Nanya. Was Maid Queen going to switch to Santa outfit soon? Stop it, everyone's looking at us. I tried to pull Ferris off me, but it wasn't working. Maybe I should just steal the cat ears off her head. Who cares? All that matters right meow is Ferris and Kyoma. I care, and stop calling me Kyoma. Stop calling me Kyoma, I'll cry real tears. Why? I have considered that name to be my dark past. What a nerd. Ferris looked upset, but I decided to ignore her. Kyoma Hoween was part of a past I'd sealed away. I hate that for you. I decided to pretend he never existed. I hate that for you more. I recovered quickly. Like, dude said that, like, literally the first time we talked, he's just like, I recovered. Like, I'm surprised of how quickly I recovered. And we're all just like, nothing about this is recovering. He had meddled with the forbidden invention called a time machine, and as a result, the system that ruled the world had punished him. Wow, you really separated yourself from that situation, huh? He dashed the hopes of many, lost the life of someone he cared for, and his heart had suffered grievous wounds. I think this is an unhealthy coping mechanism, actually. That is a single quote for the entire game. Yeah. He must never be awakened again. I did it, I'm done? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what can we do to celebrate? You are cracked at homework. This is real and true. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Where are they? Is it you? Yes. Okay, it's loading. It's loading. It's loading. It's loading. It's loading. Hello? Please? 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 Why is it not loading? There we go. I want... Where is it? This one. I want people to spam this one. For Billy Bumble. The bees! The bees. Or that one. That one works too. If you have broken admin's little thing. The bees. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Very good. Anyways, we're going to be talking about Okabe Richiro's trauma now. I didn't need him anymore. Okay. Copium. Oh my god. Oh, so the Billy Bumble emotes. This is wonderful. Then what should I call you? Well, Okabe or something. I think Oak Green's a cute name, don't you, Ferris? By the way, Ferris was what Mayuri called Ferris. Oh, it's like Ferris or something. She claimed it was easier to pronounce or something like that. Well, if Meow says so, Mayushi, it still doesn't sound right, though. She looked unsatisfied, but she backed away. I sleep now, good night. Thank you for the homework podcast. Excellent. Have a good night, Billy Bumble. Oh my god, it's a Phil's emote. Billy Bumble is a proud owner of being the fact of one of the OGs, you know? Ruka, it's been a while. Oh my god, Ruka, you're the only person ever, actually. Yes. Ruka smiled happily. We love her. She always looked as beautiful as a pretty girl. Okay, for new people, trans woman. This is not a headcanon. This is canon. It's just don't worry about it. I'm not explaining it. She wants to be a girl. She says it, okay? A woman. No. She was a classmate of Mayuri's and could often be seen helping at the Adameyashi shrine where her family lived. Trans woman hands down. Yes, real. And it's not because of how she looks. She literally says, I want to be a girl. Okay? Established. Anyways. Probably shouldn't call her Ruka-ko. Just like I told Ferris not to call me Kiyoma. She had her own name. Ruka Yurishiba. Bara? Yeah. But calling Ruka-ko Ruka after all this time, that would be really embarrassing. It feels like a very long time. I sometimes go to the lab, but you haven't been there much, have you? No, I haven't. I've been busy with school. I had to get ready for ATF, too. Even after that was done, I'd been busy with Maho and Dr. Lensky and then Amadeus. I haven't had a chance to rest. This is a very nice sweater. I like this. But I avoided mentioning that to them. Oh, and I'm in a club now. Guys, this guy is about to say the most whack thing you've ever heard come out of Okabe Richiro's mouth, okay? Are you guys ready? You joined a club? What kind of club? UFOs? MUA? UMA? Who do these guys think I am? Halloween Kiyoma. I guess I hadn't told them then. Mayuri, I'm pretty sure I told her. As the two of them looked at me with wide eyes, I cracked a knowing smile and puffed out my chest. The tennis club. I told you guys you weren't ready. He joined the tennis club. He didn't even join, like, something cool, like the science club or something. Like, or biology or something like the tennis club. I am dead inside fully. The tennis club. Anyways, I hate that for him. Yeah, real. Twitch chat reaction right here. The people around us all turn to stare at Ferris and Ruka. But why the tennis club? Okabe, have you ever played tennis? Of course not. I may not look it, but I'm terrible at sports. You look it. I'm so sorry. I'm confident I'd lose to Mayuri at a distance running. You do, actively. Then why? Well, it's a long story, but... The associate professor who's my teacher at school is the tennis club's advisor, and they asked me to join. That's not long at all. Well, I'm not done yet. The teacher's done a lot for me, so I decided to stop by. And it turns out I have a talent for tennis, despite the fact that I'm a beginner. I beat every single one of them. Well, amazing, huh? I hate that for you. You really are amazing, Okabe. I'm done. That laugh is... I'm done. Did you hear him laugh? Did you hear him laugh just then? He went ha 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 ha. Like, no. Done. If I had known, I would have been a pro tennis player. You could win Wimbledon. What's wrong, Ferris? Do you have a headache? I'm not even sure where to begin. That's the most obvious ploy to get new members that I've ever heard. Don't say that. I had kind of noticed, but I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. But they're all really good people. So you've been busy practicing with your club then? No, actually, I barely go. Huh? Then just what are now doing? Matchmaking parties and stuff. Matchmaking parties. This man's going on. What the F just happened? What did I do? How did I do this? Bring me back. Bring me back. No. Bring me back. Bring me back. Good God, I have no idea what that happened. Matchmaking parties and stuff. Yeah, big effing mood. Their shouts filled the whole street, and once again people turned around to stare. It's not that surprising, is it? I'm a normal college kid. That's the most surprising thing, actually. I'm a normal college kid, nerd. That's true, I'm sorry. But... Ruka was fidgeting like she wanted to say something. How you can go after other women when you've got beautiful Ferris? It's unforgivable. Don't get the wrong idea, okay? I'm not really interested in girls. That sounds kinda gay. I'm not really interested in girls. Anyway. Unfortunately, I'm heterosexual. Anyway, in fact, I went along with the rest of the club, but there really wasn't any place for a wannabe normal like myself. There was no way I could keep up with the conversation and the, well, normal normies had. That's so real! That's so real! There was no way I could keep up with the conversations that the, well, normal normies had. I have said that exact sentence, actually. Where I just, like, I can't talk to people that are normal normies. Real. Guys, shout out to the game developers for using the word normal normies, like, accurately. Shout out. You know? We love that for them. While the other men and women were having fun, I would just sit there. That's so cool. Matchmaking party was a challenge far beyond my capabilities. Then why did you go? I wasn't going to tell Ferris and Ruka that, though. Aw, that's so nice. Mayushi wants to go to a matchmaking party with Ocarine, too. What? Mayuri wanted to do that? Is she old enough to be interested in that sort of thing? She's 17, bro. That's where everyone gets together and has a fun party, right? Evidently not. I mean, isn't that is what that is. Ocarine, I think you're misunderstanding what this is. Oh, this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. What the F? Well, it's not wrong, but the nuance is a little different. We could hold it at the lab! Of course, Ruka and Ferris will come, and Daru and Nai and Suzu. Kurisu is 17, what do you mean? Exactly! They're the same age! Oh. Mayuri turned to me with a guilty look. Suzu, huh? Suzu Amane. Also known as John Teeter. A time traveler from the year 2036. A true warrior, who was still fighting even as I was trying my best to give up. I barely seen her since summer. I was avoiding her. Part of the reason I'd stopped going to the lab was that she spent all her time there now. Because she doesn't effing have a house. Until a month or two ago, just hearing Suzuha's name was enough to cause flashbacks, and it was all I could do to endure them. After 3 months, I could finally stand to hear her name. That's so cool for you. I recovered quickly. But I didn't think I could keep it together if I met her in person. Of course, it wasn't her fault, and I wasn't blaming her. So correct me, they still have time to go back, right? At this moment, yes. I think it's like a little under a year is when they don't have time to do it. So I didn't want her to blame me. She'd never come out and say it, but when she looked at me with that razor-sharp glint in her eyes, I felt something like guilt. Everyone. The vibe changed quite quickly. Mayushi's been planning an operation with Daru. An operation? It sounded like something the old me would have done. Yeah? What kind of operation? Vibe checked. Everyone vibe checked at once and decided to change the vibes instantly. Operation Make Suzu Smile! Huh? Why was Mayuri talking about this out of blue? No, maybe it wasn't out of the blue. She might have been thinking about it for a long time. So I decided to respond as cheerfully as I could. Tell me about it, Mayuri. Like an effing normie. Oh. Okay. So Mayushi thinks that Suzu's normally kind of scary, but she's actually a really nice person. Sometimes when I'm at the lab, I would start to fall asleep on the sofa, and when I wake up, there'd be a blanket over me. When I asked Suzu about it, she said she had no idea, but... Oh, I had a similar experience. My dad once asked me to go shopping for him, and I was having trouble on the way back because I had to carry so much. And then Amane came by, and without saying anything, she took some of the bags from me and carried them. I had no idea. Bro, Twitch hates me right now. What? Anxiety Senpai, oh my god, hello! I haven't seen you in such a long time. How are you doing? 90% of this gameplay is going to be Ultir and chat complaining about Normie Ocarine. Real. Because it's actually a travesty. Guys, you know what? I think we actually did. It keeps giving me video errors. Ooh, if you're on PC and you keep getting video errors, is it an error 3000 or 2000? I came to live, though, because right now I have laryngitis, can barely talk, and here you are talking a lot. Yeah. These are, like, this stream, this is not even a joke. Anytime I stream Steins Gate, the next day, I can, like, barely talk. Because, I work at a job where, like, I do not talk. I just reload the video in Twitch. Okay, but what error is it giving you? The other 10% is I recovered quickly. I'll check next time. Yeah, because if it's an error 2000, I think it's like a driver thing. And then if it's an error 3000, it's something else. Like check next time because it's something that you can like fix and it will stop happening. Yeah. Anyway, she said it wasn't a big deal, so I shouldn't tell anyone. Oh, I guess I just did. When doing your recordings, do you warm up your voice? Like voice acting? When I do like the podcast? Not really. Usually when I do record the podcast, it's usually on a weekend where I've already been talking. But because, now that's not like what you should do, but because my character's voice is just my voice, like I don't change it at all, I just don't do anything. If I was doing like a voice, I probably would, but it's just my voice. It's like, it's my voice, but like slightly sassier. Like, I don't do anything. I don't try to lower it more. I don't try to talk more masculine or anything like that. It's my normal voice. I recover quickly, goes on to have a flashback. Yeah. My job is heavily talking about my friend is a manager on duty tomorrow, so she's going to see what she can do to make it easier for me. Oh, that's wonderful. Anxiety Senpai, I love that for you. Oh my god, that is wonderful. Yeah, no, my job is, like, I wash and wax yachts. So, like, I just get told what to do at the beginning of the day, and then I do it. So, like, literally, I don't talk to anyone for the entire day. Like, literally, most of the time, when I come back home and I start stream, when I used to stream, like, when I He used to stream like every single day. That's like pretty much like the first time that I talked that day. I see. Oh my god, this was during that time when we did the same cycle over and over and over again and bad things happened. Where this guy was just like, I think it'd be quite funny to see my best friend die. Just for a little spice in my life. In the overworld line, she was a cheerful girl who smiled at everyone and who loved to go mountain biking. But in this world line, she wasn't the type who smiled a lot. This was partially due to the way she'd grown up. I heard about it third hand from Daru, but because of the universal conscription program that started after World War III broke out, she'd been forced to undergo military training ever since she was in middle school. And after that, she joined up with the anti-government forces and gotten caught in a terrible struggle. After that, he said she never really smiled. I recommend giving a warm-up a shot before Steins;Gate streams. Oh, it's fine. She, I think, dies doesn't have time. Real. I work behind a deli lunch meat counter, so you can imagine how much I don't shut up during the day. Oh yeah, dude, I used to work at Starbucks, like, I feel. So she has trauma too? Yeah, military trauma. That's a spicy kind of trauma. So I want Suzu to really smile. I see. So what's your plan? A Christmas party. Yeah! We all spoke in unison. It's almost Christmas, right? And Suzu said she's never been to a Christmas party. So Mayushi wants to give her one as a present. Ferris and Ruka nod at almost the exact same time. I'm in. Me too. Thanks. Ocarine, will you come too? Well, you don't want to? It's not that, it's just, I don't think Suzuha would really want me there, do you? I was never going back to the past. I still couldn't forget the look on Suzuha's face when I told her that. I mean, even outside of work at school, I was known by the teachers to not be quiet. Yay, ADHD! Just realized we have re-entered the slice of life part only after trauma. Oh, F. I effing dropped the ring again. Yup, real. It was an expression filled with anger and despair. She must have felt like her last, most desperate hope was crumbling away right in front of her eyes. The words she said to me then were still sharp thorns lodged in my heart. Suzuha doesn't like me, you know. A slice of life, but spicy. Mayushi doesn't think so. Why is it so spicy? I think she probably regrets the fact that she got mad at you. I think she just can't say it. Really? Yeah, I'm sure of it. I couldn't turn her down after Mayuri said that. Fine, I'll think about it. Okay. Oh my god. By the way, Okabe. There was a bit of hesitation in Ruka's voice. How did the doctor's appointment go? Evidently, Ruka had heard about my canceling for Mayuri. Maybe she'd wanted to see me because she was worried about how it went. It went great, guys. I didn't have a flashback at all. I guess I'm making Ruka and Ferris worry. In this world line, they hadn't joined the lab, but even so, they were still dear friends. I'd never tried hypnotherapy before. It was interesting. I never thought it would work on me, so that was a big surprise. It worked? Perfectly. Yeah, I had a trauma flashback and everything. I bet Ruka wouldn't last a second. Oh, come on. He laughs like a normie! He laughs like a normie! He laughs normally! He goes, ha 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 ha! You know? Yeah, I'm sure. Fun fact, hypnosis doesn't work on everybody. It doesn't. It's true. I know for a fact that it does work on me, which is upsetting. Or at least it works on me when I'm sleep deprived at approximately 4 AM. I will not elaborate. Ruka would believe anything you told her. Anyway, there was no point in standing around forever. You will like it, I promise. It is in memes. I will look at it in a second. I'm trying to find a good place to save because it is getting late. I was getting hungry and it was time to find someplace to eat. Hey guys, what do you want to eat? My treat. We decided to head towards Yodobashi. There were a lot of restaurants there, so it was perfect. Way to go, Kyoma! I mean, Ocarine, you're the best! Thank you. What should I eat? Maybe fried chicken? Juicy fried chicken? That's all Mayushi ever eats. I walked behind the three of them. And I thought to myself, what would it be like if Kurisu were here? I tried my hardest for the past few months not to think about her, but... was it because of my experience yesterday that I did anyway? The expression and little mannerisms I seen yesterday. The voice, the way she'd walk. I remembered. I remember my conversation with her. Hello, Ritaro Okabe. I'm Kurisu Makise. Nice to meet you. I couldn't respond at all. Something felt slightly off about the way Kurisu moved on the screen. I recovered quickly. Alright, I'll look at meme. I want to know. Meme. It's a video. It's a video. It's gonna play sound. Uh-oh.
Yes! 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 Yes!
It's so effing loud. Hold on. I make it small. Effing. This effing ring. This is why I'm gonna lose it. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. That is very good, actually. I understand. They're the worst time. It's okay. I didn't show it on screen. I just wanted to hear it. There's computer sounds happening in the background. Shout out to the program being called Amadeus.system. Welcome back. But it was really slight. I'd get used to it soon. More importantly, the voice and the way she spoke were exactly like the real Kurisu. I almost cried. And it was all I could do to stop from breaking down. Maho, it's not the middle of the night, is it? The camera on the PC switched from me to Maho. No, it isn't. Why? I was wondering if the two of you were sleepy. Was she talking about the fact that I didn't respond to her instruction? I was asleep until just a bit ago, but now I'm 100% awake. I see. You're as lazy as ever, huh? Don't be rude. Anyway, can I ask a question? Sure, what's up? What's your relationship to Ritaro Okabe here? This is awkward. He's a student who participated in the last ATF semester. He seemed really interested in the research, so I brought him in here. Maho decided not to tell Amadeus that I was a friend of Kurisu before she died. Why, I wonder? Did she not want Amadeus to find out? Or was I supposed to tell her myself? Huh? He must be pretty impressive if you're saying that. The Kurisu on the screen turned to me and smiled. Calm down. So, Okabe, what's your major? Brain science, I assume? It's... The words got stuck in my throat. I said, calm down. You know this is just a program. I recovered quickly. Her words, her appearance, even the conversation she's having with you right now, they're all artificial. But even though I knew that, I still couldn't speak. I had no idea what to say. What is your major? And more than that, the words nice to meet you hit me harder than I thought they would. This wasn't the Kurisu I'd spent those 3 weeks with. Maho told me this ahead of time and I thought I understood it, but hearing it for myself hurt more than I imagined. I regretted not taking my anxiety meds, but it was too late now. My heart rate soared and my breathing became irregular. My head was spinning and the corners of my vision were beginning to dim. At some point, my lips had gone totally dry. Is something wrong, Okabe? I just have a flash of Ultra Amadeus and I can't. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. I have an idea. Yeah. Hold on. I am now Amadeus. Hold on. Hello everyone, I am Amadeus. What would you like your question? Ask me questions, lol. Yup. Falls out of chair. That's simply not a question. We are not asking questions right now. Anyway. Okay, the tuber is going away. Bye, tuber. How long is Steins Gate 0? It's shorter than the first game. The first game is approximately 90 hours. And this game is approximated at 60. What's your favorite knitting pattern? Sweaters. Kurisu sounded worried. Oh, that's cool that they're gonna do it like that. That voice software must be pretty good if it could handle nuances like that. His major isn't brain science, but he's very interested in our research. Is he? The other Letskin likes him too. At some point I plan to make him my assistant. What? My head snapped up in surprise at Moho's bizarre statement. Me? Maho's assistant? Then I'd go to Victor Kodoran University? Oh? You don't like that idea? It's not whether I like it or not. Well, it was a joke anyway. A joke. Did you take it seriously? Now I am the assistant. I did not. I wasn't going to tell her that I almost did. I see, but if you really study really hard, it might not be a joke after all. Even if it wasn't, I'd rather be Dr. Lenskin's assistant. This was my way of getting back at her. It's harder to be his assistant than you might think. He's a really big kid. As she spoke, she quietly came over next to me and tapped me on the arm a few times. I see, so that was it. She was making a joke to try and calm me down. Sorry, thanks. What are you talking about? I didn't think subtlety was her thing. Maybe I was wrong? Maho, excuse me. Kurisu beckoned to Maho from within the screen in a very human manner. What is it? Come a little closer, towards the speaker. Maho moved her ear close to the speaker. I was just thinking about how weird it was when... Maho suddenly turned bright red and shouted at the screen. Of course not! What are you talking about? You don't need to be so embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, just stop being weird. You sure? I'm sure. What are you talking about? It was obvious that Kurisu had whispered something to Maho. What did she say? Maho glanced at me. And for some reason, she blushed and turned away. Ah, I see. From the way Maho was acting and what I knew about Kurisu, there was only one possibility. Goddamn mainstream woman. I whispered a name I'd often teased Kurisu with, and suddenly I felt a lot better. She must have said something stupid like, "You two make a good couple," or "You finally found a man, huh?" The way she looked at a boy and a girl holding a friendly conversation and immediately assumed they were dating was just like the Kurisu I knew. Jeez, what a system. It didn't need to be that true to her personality, did it? I chuckled. Do you think this Kurisu also browses at channel when Maho and the professor aren't looking too? Probably, if it has effing connected to the internet like it shouldn't. Now, knowing her, she'd probably commenting. Remember Kurisu once browsed at channel on the Future Gabbett Laboratory's computer when she knew no one else was around. Hey, knock before you come in. Christina, what are you doing when you should be working? Hey, stay back. Hey, what's with that? Oh, this is terrible. Right. Kind of laugh. Fret not, Christina, or should I say, at-channeler Kurisu? Oh my god, Reddit, don't call me that. I knew it already, indeed. I've known it for a long time. You reek of at-channeler. How rude. My perfume isn't that strong. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about your soul's power level. But it's cute how you try to hide it, at-channeler Kurisu. Do not call me that. Your soul's power level, huh? My silly remarks seem to have a much deeper meaning now. Was the girl in front of me one day going to, as Dr. Lenza had said, become a real artificial soul? When that happens, what are we supposed to call a soul that still exists in this world after the body was gone? Not dead or alive, but something in between. This wasn't science anymore, it was psychology, or, yeah, psychology, or maybe religion. Not psychology, it's physiology, I don't care. Enough messing around, Okabe didn't come here to wrestle his time with this stuff. Waste his time. The way you're trying to change the subject makes me even more suspicious. I'm going to infect you with a virus. I was kidding, I won't bring it up again. Kurisu quickly bowed her head. I bet back when Kurisu was still alive, she had conversations like this with Maho every day. I'm sure Dr. Lenskin had a lot of fun watching them. It was actually kind of cute. Sorry about that, Okabe. Want to try talking to her? Oh. Maho offered me the seat in front of the PC. Kurisu's face was on the monitor right in front of me. When our eyes met, she smiled a little. I didn't know she reacted like this to people when she first met them. But my meeting with Kurisu went about as badly as it possibly could have. I realized that her prickly attitude towards me could have been unusual for her. Ask me whatever you want. I'll answer anything I can. Yeah. Eyes. This wasn't good. I was remembering every moment I ever spent with Kurisu. I couldn't think of what to say. And then the words that came out of my mouth were, is it possible to create a time machine? What an idiot. That was what I'd once argued about with Kurisu on another world line. In the end, I lost the argument completely. What? Huh? A time machine, you said. I mean, it is possible she had thought about it. Where did this come from? It's just a test. I wanted to see if she was capable of thought experiments. Well, Kurisu? Let me see. My conclusion that it's not possible. But we don't know for sure that it's impossible, I guess. What? That wasn't what she said. I'll begin with my conclusion. The very idea of a time machine is idiotic. That's what Kurisu had said in the Alpha World line. I remember that well. I think the very idea of a time machine is idiotic. I remember our old debate and decide to repeat what Kurisu had said then. It's too early to assume that. You think so? It's true that science all around the world have proposed time travel theories. There are 11 major ones and countless minor ones, but none of them are anything more than hypotheses, and some of them directly contradict one another. Correct. For example, there's a cosmic string theory and a wormhole theory, where time travel is possible as a thought experiment, but no one has a clue where you would go to get cosmic strings or exotic matter. In other words, it's not realistic. This was also something that Kurisu had told me in the Alpha World line. But the Kurisu on the screen was unmoved. That's probably because scientists haven't discovered something important yet. Then you think it's possible to create a time machine. We don't know for sure that's impossible. That's what I said, remember? Yeah, her opinion was slightly different. Was this because I was in the beta world line? Or perhaps... Hey, Hijayo. She knows she's made from a copy of the original's memories, right? Of course. Then, I can't think of a good example, but... Is it like identical twins? You can't tell them apart at birth, but as they grow, different start to form, or something like that? We're still investigating that, but... If the memories they built up are different, I think that of course they would become something different from the original human. The professor agrees with me. I see. It was then that I heard the door on the other side of the partition slam shut. Is that the professor? From the loud sound of the footsteps, I would assume so. I could definitely hear someone stopping around outside. And then after a heavy knock, the door to the booth flung open. Oh my god, it's the man. Oh my god. Okay. I think we're going to save here. Because I am getting tired. Hello, hello, hello? That was a good first time for the thing. Nice, nice. Alright. Stretch. So, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Did you like the meme? I didn't get to see your reaction. I did. It's quite good. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. It'll be an early one, because I'm going, climbing with my friend, at, like, 3. And I want to be able to stream for, like, a reasonable amount of time. So I'll be early, so I'll probably be starting stream at, like, 10, 11-ish a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I'll be going until 2-ish. So, and it'll probably be knitting, because that's, like, the kind of the thing that I can, like, stop and go. I'll be in class, L. Imagine being in school, lol. I'll probably be knitting, so I'll see you guys there. Who should I raid? Who should I raid? This person is... okay. Pigeonhome is doing art, but I want to know what type of art. Pigeonhome, what are you doing? I got an ad. I got an ad. I got an ad. I got an ad. Please show me the stream. This is the longest effing ad. What the F? It's still going. It's still going. I think they're just doing chatting. And then Broken Admin is playing Goose Goose Duck. Who's he cosplaying as? I don't know. Oh, Roy Mustang! He's cosplaying Roy Mustang. That's fun. Alright, we're going to raid Broken Admin because I actually haven't raided him in a little bit. He's playing Goose Goose Duck with, I'm assuming, his friends. He's cosplaying as Roy Mustang from Fullmetal Alchemist. It's so cool for him. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. I will be live tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for joining.